Alright, that scream overlay is kind of vomit, but that's good enough for me. Welcome back. I never plugged in my controller. God damn it. How you doing, Zuper?
Oh, you know, not seeing the game.
Yeah, I guess we could be in a call, couldn't we? I don't know, though. Do you deserve to see the game?
I don't know, I just feel like, I won't be able to read any lines.
I told you to get the
Use
script.
my psychic powers.
I told you to get the fucking script. You didn't read your lines?
I could probably pull up the script of the fucking
fake
game.
line. I'll tell you who's speaking, and then you just tell me what they're saying. I'm sure you'll guess it. You'll get it, like, pretty close, I'm sure. Alright. Auto map. Boop. Alright, that should... Auto map is just, it's the new meta of setting up your controller with Citra. I didn't realize it was just a button to fucking do that all for you. I thought Citra was just garbage. Which it is. Alright, here we go. Oops, wrong person. I just almost voice called Allie.
Hey, Allie, what?
That's so bad. Sorry. Wrong button. I do this a lot.
Hey, did you actually call her and then hang up?
Yeah. She didn't answer, but... that's funny.
If you ever randomly called me, I'd probably pick up and be like...
Guaranteed, yes. I've done this multiple times for, like, multiple people. I'm surprised I haven't done it to Ian yet. I guess because Ian is pretty far down the list. Actually, yeah, he's pretty far down the list. Although, I could see myself clicking on Emily, or thinking I did and accidentally calling Ian. I know I've done it to Jaden, I've done it to Emily several times. For some reason, it seems like Emily I'm really bad at it with. In any case. Here's the game. Let's play it. The magical, never-ending investigation. Begin.
If there's a fucking second investigation for this trial, oof.
Hey, truce. Off we go to the stage. So, I guarantee we're gonna go up to that. It's gonna be locked, and they're just gonna be like, get the fuck out, and it's gonna be the end of the investigation. Just watch. Just watch.
Let's see. We should get to the interstate passions from backstage. Hopefully, Bonnie unlocked the door for us like she said she would.
Game is running a little bit poopier than it did last time. Let's see if I can fix that somehow. I can get rid of the Stardew Valley expanded thing. That'll probably help. Otherwise, yeah, we're good. Alright, we're good. Already did all this. Any ideas, Athena?
Buddha, apparently. Saw something like that in there.
What do we have to examine? We have to go back here.
We have to examine, like, yeah, back there.
Back to the backstage.
Then the staircase.
To the understage.
The door's unlocked. Fuck you, Ross. See? Thank you, Bonnie. Well, Athena, here we go.
This is where Apollo's just gonna get shanked, and it's gonna have to be Athena carrying the whole thing. Oh. Well.
That's right.
I'm surprised it didn't stretch.
Alright. Sure is dark and dusty down here.
The Abyss, the magical underworld. And look, there's a denizen of the Abyss now! A fearsome beast with long, sharp fangs, ready to prey on unsuspecting souls!
Oh, what are you... Oh, you mean a tiny little rat over there?
No, I meant that fearsome beast over there.
I take it you don't like rodents.
Gotta say, that wasn't the right button. Pretty damn strong Trucy is, to have pushed this thing. I mean, I know it wasn't raised, but that thing does actually look fucking heavy.
Well, she pushed a raised one, too, Ross. She pushed a raised and unraised one.
Yeah. Here's the sword. This sword's the exact same design as the murder weapon. Wait, what's this? Yeah!
Ow! What are you doing? That hurts! I think I'm bleeding out!
Oh, stop being such a drama queen. It's only rubber.
Huh? Hey, you're right. So that would mean the sword Trixie used during the trick. This must be the sword.
After the incident, someone must have switched this rubber sword with the real one on stage.
And maybe that's when they brought the rubber sword here.
Or rather, the whole sword stand.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to, only half those.
Look at all these props. Hey, there's something in this hat.
A dove? Carts?
A juice box and some snacks.
Looks like somebody planned to have a little treat in the middle of the show.
I'm gonna make it big someday too. Just you wait and see. Well, what's this all about?
My guess is it's a sulfur cry some poor assistant made to toil here in the darkness.
And who would know about that soulful cry of a bitter assistant better than you, right? You really understand the writer's feelings of despair and frustration.
Sadly, yes. Yes, I do.
This is a great face for that previous line. Just keep happy, Athena. You really shouldn't scribble on the walls, you know, Apollo.
It wasn't me! This ladder goes up to the ceiling. Wonder what's just above.
Well, if you used logic, Apollo.
Alright, fine. I'll climb the ladder. Why does it always have to be ladders?
This will just take you out of the coffin, right?
Where am I? It's pitch black and cramped, too.
You know what I think? I think you're in that coffin we saw backstage.
So that's where this ladder leads. But I still don't get what that coffin was for. Stage lift for getting up to the stage. Looks like this crank lowers the platform. But Trucy says it's impossible for one person to do it alone.
That sounds like a challenge. Now I want to try it. It is probably just broken.
Or you could just take the people at their word. If I'm reading the room right, this must be the stage lift Tracy moved to during the show. Originally, it was there where stage lift number 1 is now.
Well, there you go.
The stage lift for getting up to the stage. Tracy moved this one here.
I guess he used to be where that yellow tape is. How in the world did she manage to move this huge thing?
Couldn't have been easy for her. She's quite petite. But I bet it'd be easy for you.
Just what are you implying? That's it, chump. You're looking for microaggressions later. What's this glowy stuff? That's your line, right?
Wow, what's this glowy stuff? Ah, it's glow-in-the-dark tape.
Well, he answered his own question. Hey, this must be what I saw through that secret door in the bottom of the coffin.
But who put it here? And why?
Yeah, it's probably a marker of some sort since it's so dark down here.
Sounds about right. Maybe I meant to mark which ladder to climb?
Can we examine the rat if it comes by?
You can examine the other ladder. I don't think the rat comes by.
It does. There you are. Darn!
Nah.
We couldn't examine the beast of the night.
This ladder goes up to the ceiling. So I guess it leads to one of the trapdoors on stage.
Trucy must have used his ladder when she escaped from the coffin. Why don't you climb up there and see if I'm correct? It's not so high. You'll be fine, right?
Huh? But why me?
You'd make a young lady wearing a skirt climb a ladder. You're wearing a skirt?
I think she wears a skirt, but she is wearing tights as well.
No, wait, no she doesn't. She wears pants. Doesn't she? 1 second.
No, she was a drag.
That's it. I'm looking up Athena Sykes.
You don't really get to see her full body. You only really see her from the chest down.
I recall her wearing blue pants. Yeah, she wears pants. Oh, well, okay. There are, like, tights. Okay, I guess that is a skirt.
It's a skirt and tights. That's what that is.
I could have sworn she just wore pants. Okay.
Alright. Fine. I'm going. Ah! The lights! It burns! Ow.
You alright?
I can now confirm that the ladder does indeed lead up to the stage.
Well, that tasty bit of info is definitely worth risking life and limb for. Well done. Hold on, Apollo. I hear voices. Quick, hide!
Huh? Ow! Quit shoving!
Hurry up and get down there!
Yeah, my arm doesn't bend that way! What the heck, Athena?
Shh, look.
It's so much work pretending to be cute and sweet. Isn't that Bonnie?
Hey, Bunny, wait for me.
And the ratings rush off? What do we have to hide for, Athena?
Because I heard something funny. There was something off in their voices.
Oh, right. Athena's super sensitive. Hearing. Those lawyers are poking around, trying to stir up trouble. Should I be worried?
Relax. I didn't say anything to the police. And I won't say anything to them either. Either. Start saying either
You
more.
better not, or you're gonna get it. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Alright, well, she just became awesome.
What the? Is it just me or does Bonnie seem kind of different from before?
I don't think Phoenix Wright is allowed to make a character that's cute just for the sake of being cute without making them terrifying. Which I'm okay with. Apollo,
I mean, she's, as we said last time, she's Haru, so,
Yeah.
you know. I'm sick and tired of this whole investigation. All I want is Trucy's head on a platter.
Hey, leave everything to me, babe. Don't forget the power of mass media. TV can accomplish anything. As long as it's, what year is it? 2022. Never mind, we're boned. I'll make sure to get Trucy much worse than a guilty verdict. How much worse could it possibly fucking get? You guys are like, every single time they're like, no, we're not gonna get her for homicide. We'll get her for terrorism. We'll get her for treason.
What they're trying to do is not only get her a guilty verdict, but also make sure that even if she gets out of jail, on parole or whatever the fuck, her life is ruined regardless, and she can't do anything ever.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that girl crying and begging for mercy.
I love abusing children.
Yeah, I do too.
Characters are like comically evil in this game, I swear. You really hate Trucy, don't you, Bunny?
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves. Hey, what the heck? If you mess this up, you're gonna be really sorry. You hear me? I'll crush you flat. Like a cockroach under my foot.
Oh, you cute little thing. You're so adorable when you're throwing a fit. Ow, my foot. Can't you take a joke?
Come on, grab my things, we're leaving.
Man, we can never have a cute yandere bitch without having, like, all the guys become stupid. Completely ruining Bonnie. Get out of here. Go, lead the little hippity-hoppity way, my little bun-bun.
I will say this scene does slightly ruin Bonnie.
It just changes what she is. Mr. Retne was kind of lame, though.
Well, the fucking Mr. Retina is fucking terrible regardless.
I would have been okay if she had just stayed nice. but also it's kind of fun just to have a bitch.
I think her being like mean is fine, but I think she's like
It's a little overdone.
a little too much here. I think that it's like the way that she's being written here is not a good way to write it.
No, it's not. It's actually very stereotypical. It's just like kind of.
Like, I would have rather her
wow.
stayed the nice character that she was than what she is there.
Yeah, I would have preferred a bait and switch where you think she's actually a bitch, but then she really is just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
What was that absolutely revolting scene all about?
I guess the entertainment industry attracts all kinds of eccentrics. But that conversation set off every red flag in the book.
You said it. I smell plot with a capital P-U.
I smell... Yeah, okay.
I
know what they
graduated
mean,
high
but-
school and got my degree at 18, but I don't know how to spell the word plot.
Rettins claims that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. We saw Bonnie on stage ourselves.
Hey, Apollo, I have an idea. Why don't we pay Take-Two TV its visit? Oh my god.
I'm telling you, it never
We
ends.
can check up on the ratings of Alibi while we're there.
Sounds like a plan.
Phoenix is gonna call back and be like, oh my god, I'll help you out. What do you know so far? Oh, well, we know
Everything.
everything. Oh, where'd you go? Everywhere.
We have solved the case before we even went to trial at this point.
We have an entire, we were very prepared. And then Phoenix was like,
Dude, fucking...
that's not how you're supposed to
even-
do it.
Also, like, Pixel, whatever the hell her, like, thing is, I forget its name, straight up has an audio recorder in it. They recorded that entire fucking conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Like, this is such a... How is there even a trial?
Well, we can at least, like, we don't know if they murdered her, or the guy,
guess.
but we do know that they absolutely tried to blackmail the shit out of her. No.
We were so sure, but it never takes hurts to take a look around,
It does
i.e.
hurt.
there's nothing else here for you. We
Why
can
do I keep doing
hear
this?
about tuna. That's like the only, in the entire dialogue section, the only word I managed to read is tuna.
Look at this bullshit!
Why are there so many? What is this, the fucking 4-hour investigation? Yeesh.
Excuse me? Why does he have a
Scandal,
slot
Gamble,
machine?
Gambit. To go along with the fact that it's Scandal, Gamble, Gambit.
Yikes, take a look at this place.
There's so much going on at once, it's making my head spin, like the slots.
Take a look at that screen and listen to those hosts. Magical murder. Live audience witness shocking skewering. 70-year-old magician Trucy Wright. See exclusive unedited footage of the heinous crime complete and uncut. I'm sure that's legal.
It's also not footage, it's footage of fucking Trucy, but not at all the murder.
We can't let them broadcast that. Trucy will get tried in the court of public opinion, which has only literally happened once in the entire series. And never
Also,
again.
if we let them broadcast, we can't let them broadcast that, the thing that they already broadcasted. Well, how we can stop them from airing it. But we can prove her innocence in a real court of law. No matter what garbage they report on TV, we can set the record straight at the trial.
That'll really help.
That never fucking works in modern times. I'll just say, oh, you fucking, like, this is
I like
bullshit.
the
You
music
got
here a
off
lot.
easy, but...
Who had this music previously?
This might actually have been Bonnie's theme. I don't...
Good theme. Alright, hey Junpei, what are you up to?
Pardon me, I know you're busy right now.
Yeah, what do you guys, street?
Street? Does that mean people off the street or something? We're Trucy Wright's lawyers.
Okay, lawyers, got it. Well, what do you want?
He must be really busy. He doesn't even look this way. We're investigating the incident that occurred at the magic show this morning. And we heard that Roger Rettins was in charge of that program.
Yeah, that's right. Guy hates magic, but the show was all his idea. This is between you and me. I think it was Bonnie that egged him on.
Egged him on? How so?
I saw the two of them together. Yeah, you know, walking along arm in arm like me and my
Oh,
cutie.
God. Oh, dear fucking lord.
Yeah, I bet you
Bonnie,
sweet talked him.
you
into
could do
doing
so much better than that guy.
Oh, trust me. She's leading them the fuck on. 100.
Yeah, I know.
2,000%.
Also, the guy's fucking rich, straight up.
I mean, yes,
so.
she's a gold digger. I bet she sweet-talked him into doing the program because she wanted to work. Nah, hasn't been done very well on her own, apparently.
I see.
Hey, if you're looking in the incident, I guess you'd want the show footage, right? Yeah, it's on the disc in my back pocket. If you want it, go ahead and fish it out.
Wow, thank you very much. You turned out to be surprisingly helpful.
Yeah, but hold up there, short stack. I want the lady to dig through my pockets. Yeah, you know what I mean. Never mind.
Show footage.
Nice. Thanks, Junpei.
Excuse me. We're looking into the incident that happened at the magic show this morning. Oh, that. Yeah, I was the cameraman for that. Can you tell us anything about what you saw? Bonnie was Soup's adorbs. That's not exactly what I couldn't get enough of her. I filmed her the whole time.
Well, you're clearly not the person who was recording, because it was actually Trucy Wright who got recorded the whole time.
Get the prime footage, if I do say so myself. I'd better quickly before he decides to share what he intends to do with said footage.
I wonder what that guy sitting down there is doing.
Looks like he's reading that script he's holding.
What? Are you serious? Those two are gonna break up. I think this is the black... No, actually.
I think it's the same guy.
What? And the series is going haze because a cartoonist is sick and their arm hurts? No way!
Their back hurts? Oh, the new Dragon Quest game came out. Well, that's on hiatus.
I think he's reading a comic book he's hiding in a script.
If you're gonna goof off on set, that's a pretty bold way to do it.
How about roulette?
Slot machine and a roulette wheel, huh? They're going all in with this gambling theme.
It looks like the slot machine really works. I've always wanted to give gambling a try.
It's not worth it. Besides, you're not even old enough to gamble in most states yet. Wow, that dialogue probably changed from the Japanese version.
Yeah.
Gambling's straight up illegal in Japan.
Yeah, it is.
In all forms. This fucking, like, a slot machine and a roulette wheel, this would not be... How the hell was this even in this game?
They had a slot machine in Persona 1, didn't they?
I don't know.
They had slot machines in several of the Japanese games before. They had them in Pokemon. So is that like a recent law that they made it banned?
No, that's not recent. It's weird because, like, there are not slot machines in Japan.
But they have them in their games.
Legally, anyway. Yeah, they have them in their games. They know the concept, but they don't have them. They have pachinko parlors. That is the most gambling you'll see.
Because that's a game.
Because
Bullshit.
it's literally exactly the same thing as gambling. However, because you trade in the items at a separate location, it is a legal loophole. You could have slot machines that, like, you get the tokens, and then you trade in the tokens for things, and then you sell those things somewhere else, and that would use the same legal loophole. But it would be a little more on the nose, so that you'd probably get something, like, you get in trouble still.
I get to experience it enough in court. Guessing whether you'll win or lose the case on any given day.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Don't worry, Apollo. I only bet on winners and I haven't lost yet.
Yeah, that slot machine, though, awful slot machine. Hasn't once rolled a fucking match.
No, I rolled 777s.
Ah, did it?
Yeah.
It, like, seems to roll, like, crap rolls constantly.
I've seen several 777.
But it's supposed to be a very production workstation of some sort.
That coffee cup looks awfully familiar. Yeah, that's where Mr. Retinez always sits. He's very hands-on, you know. Yeah, he always trained him on the set of his projects. But he was here at the station during the magic show, right? Yeah, well, he had 2 shows going on at Act this morning. Had his regular program to oversee here, so he couldn't be on the Penrose. So you can vouch for him? That he was here at the station during the magic show? Oh, like an alibi? Sure can. He was definitely here. Still, after a while, he couldn't stand being away from the Penrose, it seems. As soon as his paw was over here, he took a taxi to the theater. But he apparently didn't get in there until after the thing had already occurred.
Sounds like you have a rock-solid alibi. Well, I guess we got just about everything we can out of this place. Looks like Ren's alibi is pretty airtight. But if that's true, then who could have killed Mr. Reyes?
Still more stainless to see.
Look at that logo above the screen. Scandal, Gamble, Gambit. Is that the title of this show?
Yep. Haven't you ever seen it? It presents scandalous rumors about celebrities. And then people bet on whether the rumors are true or not.
It's just another tasteless TV show.
Well, looks like Trucy's our next target. Today's scandal is... tragedy on stage. Did Trucy Wright cause an accident or did she commit murder? Looks like murder's in the lead.
Well, I say neither.
Then we'll just have to create a third option tomorrow, in court.
Unfortunately, the court of public opinion ends up being way more successful than the court of law. In a lot of cases.
Yep. That's
Simply
why you're
having...
not... Like, can we just have a gag order? Can't we, like, ask for a gag order?
Simply by going to court for a crime, you might as well be guilty of it in the eyes of the public in, like, a lot of cases, which sucks.
I feel like the meme where the lawyer reacts to the thing being outdated. He has not played any of the other Phoenix Wright games, because that is, like, puppy dog food compared to some of the stupid shit that the games have done since.
Yeah.
Alright, time to figure out where arbitrary location I need to go to before I'm allowed to continue.
Detention center feels right. Nope. Oh. Ah, this is just if you want to watch this again.
Yeah, I already seen it. Oh no, it's just this. This is one of the stage lists I moved back to the understage passage during the show.
Can't believe you were able to move something this heavy all by yourself.
Well, I couldn't disappoint the audience now, could I? Where's the Magatama when you need it? That's some real determination. You're a true pro, Trucy. Oh, it was nothing really. My granddaddy once finished an entire show after throwing over it as back on stage.
Really? Now that's magic.
Okay, I guess it really is just her by herself.
And that's all the new evidence we've managed to get, I think. Yeah, we are in Trucy's statement.
Please don't make copies of that.
Alright, this isn't the arbitrary place. I guess I did say something about the pen rest. Nope.
Here it is. Time to go slap that bunny bitch.
I still see a weird fucking strange cow blob when I look in that cage. I don't know why.
It's definitely two cute little bunnies.
It is. But I can't help what I see. Anyway. Okay, this is where Trucy signed that contract.
Right, and there must have been some kind of trick that was used when she signed it. The question is, what kind of trick and how it was done?
Some kind of object or tool was used. There might still be a trace of it somewhere. Like with the pen or the paper.
Well, it's time to find the secret to that trick. Auf geht's. Let's do this.
Huh? Hey, take a look at this clipboard.
Could you sign this, please, ma'am? I don't remember what his voice sounded like. It's your thing. Just the one sheet in this clipboard, right?
Isn't the clipboard Trucy used when she signed the contract?
I think you're right. Let's give it a once-over. Do I have to luminol it?
Try opening the folder. Part here holds papers in place. Could Does Clip have something to do with how they counter?
Ow, it bit me.
Only you could get hurt by a clipboard, Athena.
Do you know how many times I've hurt myself with a clipboard?
Well, you and Athena have something in common. Apparently that little dot there.
Nothing particularly interesting here, even though there was a little dot.
That guy, right there. Hey, this screw, it's different from the others. Not only that, but I think it's loose. Look, I can move it.
You sure you should be fooling with something like that, Apollo?
Whoa, it came right out.
See, I tried to tell you, but would you listen? No.
Hey, take a look through this hole, Athena. There's something back there.
Oh, wow, you're right. What is it? Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, little secret compartment. Hey, look, the back panel's loose. I think I can take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
You're just breaking things left and right today, aren't you?
Well, look, there's something inside. What is this black sheet of... I want to say paper?
Oh, I know. It's carbon paper. You put it between two pieces of paper and it copies what you write on the bottom one.
So when Trucy signed the contract, there's actually another contract underneath.
And her signature on the top contract got copied onto the hidden contract.
This, by the way, is why you have agents who will actually check for this kind of shit.
Here's my question. Carbon paper, right? Carbon,
yeah.
As in, like, pencil, right?
Yeah, it's also going to be really fucking obvious. That
it's really obvious, for one, and two, you can't sign with carbon. That the whole point of us using ink is so you can't do shit like this.
Well, so if your pen pressed up against carbon paper, it would, in fact, copy the signature onto the other one. However, that signature would be in fucking pencil, basically.
Yeah, which is very useful if you're doing, like, a bunch of shit that doesn't need to, like, require you to sign every fucking thing. That's fine. In this case, for a very important legally binding document that causes someone to have to pay $100,000, I think they would do it in pen.
They do it in pen.
Or digital signature.
There's so much wrong with
There'd
this.
have to be
Obviously,
more
this would
than
never
one.
happen.
There'd have to be more than one document honestly.
Also, a lawyer wasn't present, so they literally cannot enforce a payment for that contract.
All they have to do, though, is just completely shatter her reality in the public image, though. They don't care about the money, I don't think.
Well,
like, hey,
yeah.
She went back on her contract. This is what Trucy Wright's all about.
Yeah. Is that ratings for Jaw Guy's doing? I just know it. How dare he?
How dare he?
I can't do auto-tune, Ross. That was one time. It was really good.
No.
But
you gotta hand it to him, though. It couldn't have been easy fooling Trucy. That girl's no slouch.
Yeah. I bet we can use this clipboard as evidence if we ever take this to trial.
If we ever take this to trial. Like...
It said if. By the line. I don't know.
I know. It's just kind of a dumb line. Looks like we're pretty much done here. Should we get back to the office? We can get a snack and talk over our plan of attack.
Sounds good to me.
And I think that's the end of the fucking investigation. Jesus Christ. Oh, but actually, maybe we should take a plane to go see what Phoenix is up to, so we can get.
Yeah, maybe we ought to check up on Phoenix real quick. This, I think, was 3.5 to 4 hours long investigation.
Uh-oh, did they raid our apartment? Great.
Just crazy. What in the world? They absolutely did that. Oh, they're foreclosing on it all. So they're not just ruining Trucy, they also want to take down our agency with her. That's what the payment is about. They want to foreclose everything we own. What's going on here?
Oh, these stickers say repossessed. Who did this?
Who's responsible for this?
What a great line.
Oh wait, hold on.
No, they put a fucking repossessed sticker on Charlie. No.
How can you repossess Charlie?
Why would you even repossess a potted plant?
This is an overkill amount of repossession stickers.
Yeah, obviously. They'd stick a fucking repossessed sticker on the fucking door to the place.
I feel like I would sue them over this for ruining my shit with sticker gunk. Whoa now, this is a restricted area, champ. No trespassing.
Why are you here? Trespassing? This is our office. And you're the one who's trespassing. I have money.
Enough with the lip, boy. Don't tell me you forgot about your debt. What are you talking about? I'm just abiding by the contract. The agency can't pay me, I have every right to seize its property, am I right? No, actually, as a matter of fact...
You don't, actually. You have no right to do that.
You have no right to break and enter into a person's home and try to steal their shit.
No, absolutely
Can we call the police? I mean, I know the police.
Let's be clear about this. You don't get to repossess fucking shit until the court deems that that is an acceptable measure. Just like that, we haven't even had a chance to take this to trial.
If you're gonna get mad, maybe True should be the one you're mad at. I told you, it serves you right for getting involved with those Grimares.
I'm just saying, like, this trial has some of the most weird, like, there's so many problems with this fucking case's logic.
There's a lot, actually.
It's like more than the standard Phoenix Wright case. Why, you dirty rotten! What are you gonna do with all our stuff?
Sell it, of course, every last bit of it. That's why I'm seizing everything. I'll take this little office of yours, too. You think you can just waltz in here and do whatever you want? Indeed I do, unless you're right whatever warehouse joker's got 3 million ready.
Also, how fucked up is this, by the way? In the Japanese version, it was probably 3 million yen. They straight up changed it to dollars, i.e. making it 100 times the amount.
I don't know then, because I gotta recoup my money somehow. After all, the entire program went south because of Trucy. It's called liability for compensation. And this infantile agency is the liable party.
What, you black-hearted...
That is a thing in Japan, isn't it? That's not a thing in America, is it? Where if someone, like... someone assumes their debt, but the company doesn't. It's weird. It's like, if you die in Japan, your family assumes your debts, which is fucking insane. That is one thing America does not do, at least.
America doesn't do that because we also literally have a system to just say, hey, I don't even have to pay my debts, I declare bankruptcy. We have that system, too.
Yeah.
So no, absolutely, your debts don't get passed on to anybody else, unless they co-signed it. If they co-signed a loan, then they are responsible for it.
Which we didn't sign jack shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Apollo, what about this crooked clipboard?
It's no good. We don't have any proof that Renz was behind it.
Darn.
It's no good because the thing wouldn't have worked to begin with.
You're gonna have to do better than that, folks. It's like the famed Mr. Wright left behind nothing but incompetent noobs to run things.
No way. He was counting on Mr. Wright to be away for this plan of his.
Wait a minute. Hold on one second. I guess noobs can be spelled that way. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
It's like
But it's
newbie
not.
is like with an N-E-W-B, but noob is typically N-O-O-B. But I guess that's more like the leet speak way of saying it.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
It's just funny to see newbies the other way.
Yeah. What a two-bit thug. We'll show him.
There's the sugar of that expression. It's priceless. So how does it feel to lose the precious office your boss left in charge of? No, not to rub it in or anything, but I got a lot of money. I think you should know where you stand right now.
Oh man, what now?
Where we stand. Here, have a gander. The trial of young and upcoming magician Trucy Wright is scheduled for tomorrow. Someone fire that lady. She can't speak at all on TV. We're here.
It's us.
Just outside the
convenient
office of
news
the
station.
suspect, hoping for an exclusive peek inside.
What? Is this live?
Ah, Paul, look! There's a sea of reporters outside! Oh, a questionable-looking pair peeking out the window at this very moment. Our viewers at home can see everything for their vicious, brutal expressions. Yellow journalism at its finest. And that's the way it is. The majority of the public already thinks Trucy is guilty. Saw the whole thing happen from their own eyes during the show's live broadcast.
They didn't.
Everybody in the country is against you. They had to create some way to increase the tension from the first trial where the entire country hated you. So they literally made the entire country hate you.
But it's like, this is immense. This is beyond... Like, sure, the media can really blow things up. They can't do that. It's been less than a day.
Where the fuck is that gag order? Where's my damn phone call?
What the fuck even is this trial?
No office, no ally. Sure, you still want to represent that girl? Phoenix, I think he's not responding on purpose because he realizes what an ass blasting this is. It's like, wow, we got rid of the Dark Age of the law, but what we actually invited in was the Hell
Dark
Age
Age of the media. Dude,
Turbo mode.
And who even has it worse at this point? Phoenix is executed if he loses the case. If we lose the case, well, we don't get executed. Our lives are
we go into the fucking
over.
streets. It's still pretty damn
Our lives
bad.
are effectively fucking over. People hate us for the rest of our lives. We'll never get paid for anything.
Go ahead, think what you want. It's a free country. Just know that you'll be the biggest losers in the end. In the meantime, feel free to keep on flopping around like dying fish you are. Now then, gotta be out of here by tomorrow. Take in this cozy little office tonight while you still can. Hang loose, baby.
This is genuinely just them going, fuck, we really did it with that first trial. How do we make this interesting?
We repossessed the plate
far.
of floating spaghetti.
They did repossess it. Actually, yeah, there is a sticker on it. Damn. I can't believe we let Mr. Wright's office get placed under seizure. Of all the...
This is
bullshit.
just ridiculous.
It is.
Ah!
Look out!
Clear out. We don't want murderers here. The gallery is here? What? Wait, what do you mean the gallery is here? From the court, the gallery is here? Or are we having a trial in the streets? Freaking kangaroo court. This is street court. They're gonna fucking people the shit out of us. Hey, if it's a fight you want, I'll take you on. Come on. Yikes, let's get out of here before we get killed too.
Dude, at least Phoenix only had to deal with the gallery in the fucking courtroom. Yeesh.
Oof, I can't believe this is happening.
Could you imagine a fucking court trial where they let the jury be people that fucking were willing to raid your office?
Can you imagine if the gallery could just move en masse as a mob to your fucking house?
That's a fucking
like
scheme.
a goddamn mob. Like they just have pitchforks and torches just throwing them at your fucking office like, guilty, guilty.
What are we...
The judge comes in with a fucking sledgehammer. He's like, let's get rid of this.
I see, the problem is they keep escalating it. What the fuck are they gonna do next trial?
Next trial, if you lose, the entire world is going to get destroyed.
After that, if you lose, the universe explodes.
And then in the final trial, oh boy, they really nailed the final trial. If you lose, they get a guilty verdict and they go to jail, and you just go on your happy way. Yeah, that's right. They really let us down in the final trial.
No, but like probably the final trial has to do with the fact there's probably gonna be some fucking massive rebel uprising, armed uprising in fucking Kurain.
That's absolutely what it's going to be.
So like, that's a thing that we have to look forward to. That's the escalation we're heading towards. But I don't even know. We already have a fucking armed mob in this trial. So anyway, let's do something to protect ourselves and fast. It's Mr. Wright.
Oh hey, his phone ringtone is the weeping of the guitar. The guitar serenade or something like that, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Pressure. Gunshot noise in the background. Apollo, I got your message. What the fuck have you been doing? How is she? Is Trucy okay? She's not crying. Does he have a lawyer?
Mr. Wright, it's all a giant mess. You don't understand. The gallery's outside. They've got pitchforks.
They got guns. They're using gumshoe as a battering ram. Hey, bud, oh, careful there. Ah!
This has gotten out of hand way too fast.
That's okay.
Oh,
I'm currently doing a trial. It looks like I'm gonna lose, so I'm gonna be dying soon. So I'm gonna have to call you back.
This is beyond stupid. Poor Trucy in the office. Our office. They're repossessing Charlie.
Apollo. Okay. Brother, both take a deep breath. Whew.
This may be
Wow.
one of the stupidest
I
trials in
see.
any Phoenix Wright game.
And you're saying you have to be out by tomorrow?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I wish there was something I could have done.
This is quite the mess, isn't it? Even if I left right now, I wouldn't be there in time for the trial tomorrow. I'm sorry, Apollo, but I need you to handle this for me.
Of course, we can handle the defense, but the office...
It's too soon to give up on that.
What do you mean?
The contract only addresses Trucy's liability if she causes the show to be canceled. So you just have to prove in court tomorrow that it wasn't Trucy's fault.
Hey, you're right.
So everything depends on you winning that trial tomorrow. Trucy's fate and the fate of our office. It's all riding on your shoulders, Apollo.
I know. I'll be fine, right? Probably not. I mean...
Apollo! I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I can say with absolute confidence that you'll be fine.
Really?
I've seen you in victory after victory in some pretty dicey situations. And guide Athena, helping her along the way too. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo.
Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm fine. Everything will be fine.
You can call me anytime if you really need to, but
I'll be fine on my own, right? Yes, I think so too. I can do this.
that's the spirit. Give it your best out there, Apollo. Beep. He is so fucked.
He's so fucked. I can't believe this shit.
He's gonna get my fucking office repossessed. What the fuck? What's this about, Apollo? What are you smiling about?
Me? It's nothing. I've gone insane. I'm just smiling
Just
through it at this
vibing.
point. Mr. Wright believes in me. I can't let him down.
How come we haven't had a game yet where we put Charlie on the stand? In
I am
fact,
astounded that hasn't happened.
that would have been perfect for Trial 2 of the first game. Because Charlie witnessed everything.
Yeah. Straight up, though, I am fully surprised that has never happened in an Ace Attorney game.
We have never... I think we presented trees before, a plant and shrubbery. But we've never brought it to... we have never brought it to the stand.
To be fair, I think as weird as it got was the parrot and the whale witnesses.
The robot was also pretty fucking weird.
Robot's pretty weird, too, yeah. We have to win this trial, Athena.
We've also brought, like, 7-year-olds to the stand. I couldn't agree more, and I'll do everything in my power to help by cheating. It's okay, we have the power of cheats on our side.
In real life, I probably assumed there have been 7-year-olds that have been witnesses before, but they just can't be, like, the key important witness, just supporting witnesses. Prosecutor Sandmachine, huh? Why now of all times?
What'd we call him?
I don't remember his first name, so I couldn't tell you yet. Sandmachine was his last name, I think.
Sandmachine? That's too long.
I think that's what you said. I don't know, man. We gotta see his whole fucking name before we figure it out. It's like Narcuda Sandmahi. It's bad.
Oh, it was Naruto Sandmachine. That's what it was.
Yeah, Naruto Sandmachine. That's what we called him. Yeah. Still, I don't care who it is. I can't afford to let my guard down for anyone.
Watch will just be like, sorry, Naruto Sandmachine couldn't be here today, so instead we brought in someone completely different. Ah, never mind. Here he is.
Sandmachine.
Who?
Oh, restless, wandering soul of the dead.
Voice sounds familiar.
As I said, kind of a pretty boy
Prosecutor
kind of guy.
Sandmachine. Oh, sorry to disturb you, but I figured I should tell you. The lead attorney's been decided. It's Apollo Justice.
What?
Apollo. Justice.
That voice sounds familiar.
Should we continue?
Oh, you know who that
Go to the
might be
bathroom.
Xander Mobus.
It might be. I'll be back in a sec.
Yes. I think I can do a decent voice impression of him. Yes, something like this. I think that'll get across his voice very nice and well. April 28th, 9:15 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby. Number 3. There's like 5 different defendant lobbies, and you cycle between them. I wonder if they still have the destroyed shitty one. It's probably been repaired by this point.
Alright, I'm back.
Sup? Hmm. I'm posting an interesting meme in general in Aerithland. Technically, if the last character is Lloyd, it would be kind of a disappointing character with a sword for some like a lot of people. Not for me though. Defendant Lobby, number 3.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
It's Apollo K. He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressure of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up all over this. Get it together, Apollo.
He kind of needs to be. I don't know if y'all are aware of the gravity of this situation. Athena, when did you get there?
Try to relax a bit, will ya? You're getting yourself way too worked up.
Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine.
You know, I did a little digging on this Naruto Satmati guy. It's probably not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Is there a run-of-the-mill prosecutor? I guess Edgeworth.
Edgeworth. He's the one. Oh yeah? What did you find out?
Well, they say he wields an incredible power. It's accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means he's gonna pull bullshit out of his ass, and it doesn't make any sense. We ran out of ideas. Not of all the details, but apparently, he can foresee how the arguments will go, and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going whatever direction he has in his head.
Man, this isn't gonna be a cakewalk, if that's true.
Emma did say she talked to him for us, though. Here's hoping that went well.
In any case, sounds like he's gonna keep us on our toes. Also, real court of law, as soon as he asks a single leading question, the judge would be like, hey, no, leading question. Bullshit.
That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo.
Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now.
Make sure not to let me down, Apollo. I'm being executed in 5 minutes.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Here he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
If you say so, Apollo. Cords of steel.
Trial will start momentarily. Is defense ready? Yes, we're fine. Tree's fate and the fate of the agency rest on this trial. This is it, Justice. If there's ever a time to shine, it's now.
Boot open that door. April 28th, 9:30 a.m. District Court. Room. Number 3. 6. Wait, we jumped from 3 to 6? What the fuck?
Oh, courtroom number 3 is exploded.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Day 1. Oh no, not day 1.
I'll re-say. Oh god, that lag though. Holy shit.
Oh, wait,
Enough of that.
Wait, the gallery's a bigger section. Oh. Oh, is it gonna produce lag every time it pans to them here too?
Oh,
Oof.
great.
Alright, you're this judge.
Court is now in session for the trial of Choosy Wright. Yes.
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sandmachine?
1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim.
Oh, praying. Yes, I see. You're a Kernist monk, correct, prosecutor?
Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Karain. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in the court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country and may make many blunders.
He seems like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he?
I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy.
Now then, Prosecutor Sandmachine, your opening statement, if you would.
Certainly, in the name of the Holy Mother. I vow to guide the victim's soul to the land of the eternal peace known as the Twilight Realm. Gallic Gan. Now let the last rites of the victim begin.
Naruto Sandmachine. He's really been making a name for himself, apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor. Wonder how that will come into play today.
The incident took place in the middle of the spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which he thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manov Mystery, otherwise known as the Great Mr. Ruse. His blood was found in the sword that was used during the magic trick.
So his death was just an unfortunate accident.
It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution's position is thus, that this was a murder made to look like an accident.
I see. And you believe this crime was committed by the defendant?
After a thoroughly consideration from all the possible scenarios, I unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much.
So that's how it's gonna be, huh?
I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all. Very well. And now let us hear from the defense.
Naturally, we maintain the defendant is innocent, Your Honor.
If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning?
My reasoning? Well, you didn't explain literally any of yours, Naruto. None at all, actually. I would have to say the main reason is because I believe in the defendant. That's not a reason.
I see. So you find it difficult to come up with anything more than concrete than that,
Come at me when you have one.
What a fine demonstration of the fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind.
Putrid mind?
Prosecutor Sandmachine.
Excuse me, but I don't...
Excuse me. Shadow Clone Jutsu!
He is Naruto.
If you don't mind me asking, prosecutor, but, did you just watch a couple animes this morning before you came into court today?
A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of the tainted soul towards enlightenment. It is the currentest incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused.
I see. So basically you're asking the defense to get real?
Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners, and to guide victims' souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused guilt now, no harm will come to you. But, should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, I will bitch slap the fuck out of you. Then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell alongside Juicy Wright.
Your Honor, the prosecutor just threatened my life. Can we get a retrial?
Can we get a different prosecutor? Any other prosecutor at this point?
I'm pretty sure Black Quill is still alive, and he hasn't threatened my life as much as this guy has already. Actually, that's a lie. Like, fucking Black Quill threatened my life about 100 times.
Here. Let's make this perfectly clear. Naruto Sandmachine here has no proof that Trucy did the murder, and not only that, he is the only person in the entire fucking prosecution office that looked at that and went, "This is a homicide." This man just fucking hates Trucy if you look at it objectively. Now wait just a minute here. Putrid, pit of hell. Is that any way to address someone in a court of law?
Prosecutor Sandman. That may be the way you conduct trials in Korean, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here.
Your Honor, that was but a courteous sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize. Get the fuck out of my courtroom.
I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Korean, huh?
Even still, this is way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes.
Trial's only just begun.
Well, defense, I suppose the way the prosecutor does things vary by country. Why don't we look at this as cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it?
What?
Bailiff, please bring in the first witness. Fuck you, Apollo. She's still eating snackoos, I can't believe it.
She said she was free of these.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, I thought she said goodbye to the snackoos.
This is the best part about Emma. Detective Sky, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself. What's wrong with that? Oh, this is you.
This is me, yeah.
What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right?
She, seems a little stressed out. Detective Scar, your testimony, please.
Yeah, about that. I just want to state for the record that I believe Trucy Wright is innocent.
I'm sorry?
Dismissed. Irrelevant.
Detective Sky, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end.
But
Did everyone just forget how to write a courtroom video game? Everyone is just fucking breaking all the goddamn rules. Now let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother.
Snackoos. Yeah,
munch.
She's a gerbil. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that to me.
Gave her the little puppy dog eyes for like 2 frames.
That's all it takes. Listen, I feel so bad for Emma.
Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear.
I guess Emma got to sign tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy.
She and Prosecutor Sandmachine don't seem to get along very well, do they?
Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Sky.
Alright, please take a look at this poster. It's True Kumare poster from 13 years ago.
This meme is a little different from the one in Mrs. Wright's dressing room.
It's a revised version of that poster.
This one says cancelled under Mr. Roos. Did he say something offensive?
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Roos was offensive.
He said, I'm not going to say anything specific, but he did something.
Mr. Roos left the troupe after the first version of the poster was printed.
Could you imagine if someone gets, like, social media canceled? Every single, like, social media thing they use, like their YouTube, their Twitter, just has this big, bold thing that just says canceled next to it. It's like, instead of having a blue check mark, you just get a canceled button. Dude, I think people would actually go seeking out canceled buttons. Like, you have to get, like, a certain level of cancel culture in order to receive a cancel button. I think people would actually, like, work really hard to earn one then. Oh my god, don't do that. Jesus Christ.
Jeez, yeah. Because, some people commit murder just to get their name out there. Infamy is just as powerful as fame, so, Anyway.
Take a look at Mr. Roos's right forearm, near its elbow. See that big scar there? He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick.
Ouch, it's quite a scar.
Because of the accident, Magnifique Grimari concluded that Mr. Roos was too unskilled. Just before the show was open, Magnifique announced that Mr. Roos wouldn't be appearing. But in defiance of Magnifique's decision, Mr. Roos tried to go on stage anyway. This, in turn, caused Magnify to oust Mr. Roos from the troupe on the spot.
He kicked Mr. Roos out. That seems rather extreme. Did it really have to go that far?
When it comes to magic, Troupe Grimari was so passionate. Or should I say extreme about it, that they caused problems for them from time to time.
Yes, they caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics.
And now, the troupe's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troupe's rare talent was inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality.
Please don't show the gallery. You sound rather extreme yourself, prosecutor.
Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor.
Ahem.
As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Roos apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troupe.
Who the fuck is that in the bottom right? He looks like Frankenstein. I just came to oversee the trial.
Well, if you're gonna have a gallery that fucking chases people to their homes, you might as well recruit Frankenstein's monster.
He'd probably be pretty goddamn good at it.
He would tell those close to him I will get my revenge on Troupe Grimari someday.
Revenge him? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
It certainly sounds to me like he's the one that has motive, not Tracy.
And then his chance for revenge finally came. If you would be so kind, Detective Sky.
I guess I don't have a choice, do I?
Testify, damn you.
The defendant's motive.
The victim planned to get his revenge on the Troupe Grimari during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Roos was going to first steal the Grimari notebook from the defendant. Then he intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
Okay.
By the time the accused discovered the notebook theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Mr. Roos and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
There's nothing but conjecture.
The victim's assistant, Bonnie DeFame, gave the police a statement.
She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Roos said, "I'm going to reveal all of Troupe Grimari's secrets on stage today."
What?
Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it?
You're telling me.
Allow me to give you another piece of advice, defense.
Oh? What's that?
Standing dog. Let it go and move on.
Excuse me?
Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. When possessed of an unclean soul, burn in the flames of hell.
I wonder what his opinion's going to be when he turns out to be effectively defending, a murderer.
The wills of evil almost drew me away, but the will of the mother was strong this day, and I did not sin. Ha! Rejoice in the strength of the mother who saved you, foolish attorney. I was on the correct path all along. Ha 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 ha! It just waltzes out of the fucking courtroom. You just, like, you go out into the fucking, like, you just step outside and you start kicking the shit out of him.
He's just like such a fucking... You know this guy's gonna be a massive hypocrite, but nonetheless...
So is every single character in the goddamn game. Even the protagonists are fucking hypocrites.
Absolutely. But...
And then be ever burdened with that sin in the next life.
But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up.
Huh. Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life.
Hey, stink bugs are pretty cool.
Yeah, stink bugs are pretty neat. Better than some bugs.
I don't like stink bugs very much. They're pretty fucking gross.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna be a bug, I mean, stink bug's not the worst bug you could be, theoretically. They've got a defense mechanism, they can fly. Their shells are shockingly hard. Anyway, stink bug.
Now then, Mr. Stink Bug, I mean Justice, your cross-examination, please. Oh, hey.
He gets
over here we get badges.
Grown-up badges. Aren't you after all this time? It's been 13 years already. Why now? I know, right? I thought that was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago if he was gonna do it? After all.
Detective Sky, self-indulgent outbursts such as those warn you to find punishment in the form of a salary evaluation.
Nice. This is what I was hoping for.
Is there a little sound effect for that?
Yes, there is.
I can barely hear it, but I think
It's her munching.
Yeah.
Munch. Can we get the sad puppy dog one again?
Wait, that's what divine punishment means?
Let the detective have her snack. This humble servant of them, Holy Mother, shall explain. Over a decade ago, Troop Gamari was at the height of their popularity. But then their reputation declined and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Trucy Wright sought to recapture their former glory.
You offended. At such a young age, too. How impressive.
Yes, the accused's skill at magic is undeniably impressive. If she hadn't fallen onto the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her.
It's always sad to see promising young potential go to waste. Now then, Detective Sky, how did Mr. Ruse plan to get his revenge? Hey, it's me. Hey, Tony. How did Mr. Ruse plan to get his revenge? Hey, bibbity bobbity. Please put down the snack goose before you continue with the testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. There you go. Sad puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, but I wanted to, like, sad puppy dog eat as well.
Mr. Roos is going to steal a Grimari notebook from the defendant. What evidence do you have that Mr. Roos actually stole the notebook? Well, the fact that you found it there.
Cough.
Well, you see, whenever you're ready, Detective.
Fret not, Detective Sky. You have nothing to repent for. You should be proud of the fine forensic discovery that you made.
Forensic discovery. And what did she discover specifically?
Detective Sky identified a certain piece of fingerprints on the notebook. Upon further inspection, she determined that they belonged to Mr. Ruse.
What?
The detective found the fingerprints entirely of her own volition. For that, I must say, well done, Detective Sky.
You're a little too addicted to using your precious white powder, did you, Emma?
Did you see that video I posted in for spamming? There was the link to the past randomizer starring Emma Sky.
No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, her Dark World transformation is a bottle of luminol spray.
That makes sense.
Now, Detective Sky, I would ask you to explain exactly how Mr. Ruse intended to use the notebook to exact his revenge.
Alright, well, first he stole the notebook. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. I'm going to reveal all Troop Primari's secrets on stage today. That's what Mr. Ruse said himself, right?
I mean, it's a big-ass notebook. You reveal one trick, you realize what he's doing, and then you just tackle the fucker. It's just not that hard.
Pretty much.
You don't have to
I mean, it's not gonna... I don't really think that this would be a good strategy to take your revenge for a lot of reasons.
You know what would have actually worked? Take the notebook and give it to those fuckers at the TV studio.
Yeah. If these... And, like, it's not exactly a hidden knowledge that these TV studio people are corrupt.
Actually,
The guy...
that's probably exactly what he did. And then the TV studio went around to kill him because they're like, oh, we can make this even worse. Fuck them.
That could be. That might have been his actual intention.
That's why it was a ruse.
Yeah. Right, but he didn't exactly specify which Grimari secrets he was talking about. But the prosecution thinks he was referring to secrets behind Troop Grimari's magic.
Yes, it is the prosecution's assertion. When the accused realized that Mr. Ruse was to reveal her family's most closely guarded secret, she naturally panicked.
But basically, Trucy's notebook was hiding in Mr. Ruse's things because he had stolen it himself.
I see. Truly a motive that only a magician could have.
Yes, that's what the prosecution believes anyway. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal the notebook... Do you really believe what you're saying, Detective Sky? Do you really think Mr. Wright killed Mr. Ruse and to stop him from death?
Getting revenge.
Of course I don't think that. Trucy's...
Keep your private considerations separate from your public duty. I warned you about this very thing before the trial began, did I not, Detective Sky?
Yes, you did.
Please recite my exact words to you.
Emma Sky, you are a detective first and foremost, not the accused friend. Remember your duty and fulfill it faithfully.
Excellent. So you do remember what I said to you. Your devotion to your work will be rewarded, for the Holy Mother sees all.
This Holy Mother is no scientific concept I've ever heard of.
Those two really don't get along, do they?
Well, science and religion go together about as well as oil and water.
Edgeworth and Mr. Gumshoe. Those are the only two who have ever gotten along. Everyone else has just fought. I guess Simon Blackquill and, what's his name? Fulbright.
Fulbright, yeah.
They got along pretty well. A little bit.
Although they have completely, like, opposite personalities.
Yeah. Well, so does Gumshoe and Edgeworth.
That's true. As I was saying... The defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal their secrets. I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder? Beats me. What? The basis is beats me?
Yeah, they beat me, so they murdered him.
You have to ask Prosecutor Sandmachine over there, because he hasn't told me his reasoning either.
Detective Sky, your feeding of information to the defense has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. A bad karma of acts which goes against your duty will impinge upon you in your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer.
Please don't get me kicked out of the forensic unit. Anything but that.
Since when does the prosecution have the right to kick people out of the fucking forensic unit?
Certainly not this guy, because this guy isn't even in this prosecution office. He's a traveling motherfucker that goes around the world.
I guess they can have
cases.
some pull, but still.
I don't know. Poor Emma. She's really risking everything for us. Also, asinine that this trial even went to court if Sandmachine's refusing to give anybody, even the fucking detectives, his reasoning behind why he thinks it's a homicide. It should not come out in court why he thinks this is a homicide. This should have been well defined before this was even accepted by the court.
Pretty much.
Well, Professor Sandmachine? Professor Sandmachine?
Yeah,
Yo, I'm
you
sleepy.
can't ride your
I'm
bike
just-
indoors.
Dude, I'm fucking sleepy. I'm reading things wrong. It's great. Anyway. What are your grounds for claiming homicide?
Get bent. Those are my claims. Fuck you. There was the luminous tape in the understage passage.
That?
I realized that it had been moved. Moved so that Mr. Ruse would climb up the downstage coffin by mistake.
What?
Mr. Ruse, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb up to the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Ruse was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to mark the downstage ladder. Sorry, I'm like slowly turning into Snape.
But that's making the assumption that's what the luminous tape was even for.
So the victim climbed into the coffin and the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into.
And that the way that she thrusted couldn't have possibly hit him in the back. And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape.
But of course, Detective Sky.
Oh, that's right. I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. So what? You what? He actually had proof?
I love the fucking stupid faces Apollo makes.
Apollo's very expressive.
He's very expressive.
Returned to monkey.
Yeah,
right
like
here.
it's both monkey face, but also it's Dr. Seuss faces. There's one in particular
Yeah,
where
he looks like a who.
yeah, it's great actually. Defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on?
Absolutely not, because none of what you just said proves a damn thing. That's all speculation. There's no evidence here.
Please add the information about the first Snape to your testimony. Judge, are you sleepy? Yes, I got up early. I had to watch the Nintendo Direct.
The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. This entire trial's a sleepy trial. Both of us are sleepy. It's fine. What made you think to check the luminous
hour-long investigation
tape for
segment
prints?
before this?
Yeah.
Also, the 3-hour Stardew session. That didn't help.
Well.
I bet it was Detective's intuition.
I dusted not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints. Oh? I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was so nice to be able to dust for prints without anybody getting mad at me. It's great that you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic.
The tape was moved to guide Mr. Roos into the coffin that was downstage. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an accident.
But how do you have proof that it was moved? What if the tape was just there? What if she fucking placed the tape there and what? That tape could have been there for weeks. You don't fucking know she moved it. It's speculative. Whatever. It certainly doesn't help that Trucy's prints are on the tape.
It also doesn't help that Trucy's wearing fucking gloves. You people are
Oh yeah, that's even worse. But what if Sandmachine's gonna argue, well, she wasn't wearing gloves at that point in time? But that's also speculative, you piece of shit.
I know exactly the karma of this trial, Mr. Potter.
The entirety of Sandmachine's prosecution here is all complete and utter speculation with no evidence to back it up.
If Blackhood was facing this guy, he'd be cutting him a new fucking asshole.
This is a horrid fucking prosecutor. At least with the other ones, the fucking defendant has clear evidence that is against them. Trucy's just being presented as guilty, and there's no evidence to support it at all.
Well, I mean, she did stab him.
She did, but where the stab wound was, she was incapable of even hitting. Because of the way she thrust the sword, she couldn't have even hit the man in the back.
Well, he was twisted in the coffin, they're thinking.
But we know that he wasn't by the handprints in the coffin.
Sure do. But we haven't said that yet, because this guy's a fucking idiot.
But he should know that. Whatever.
He's stupid. He saw fucking tape on the ground and was like, this is it! It's a murder!
This is it! It's just tape! That's it! She could have placed this tape anytime, not just now.
It would be hilarious if the main prosecutor of one of these games was just a complete and total fucking idiot.
I mean, I really do feel like right now it's Sandmachine, but alright. Ay. Wish I knew what the sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation.
Yawning. Yawning would be the proper sound to make in this situation.
Ay. I don't even know. Alright, so we have to figure out which of these to present as proof. You know what also doesn't help? The fact that because we did such a long investigation, we have like fucking 15 items.
Yeah, but we do. But that was also common in Dual Destinies, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Oops, I didn't mean to click that. God damn it. Oops.
That's interesting. That
I presented that evidence with plenty of confidence.
Well, plenty of confidence, but that confidence is waiting by the second.
Well, how about it, Mr. Justice? Do you have an inconsistency to show the court or not?
I was just doing some vocal training, so feel free to continue.
And overlook the damage done to our hearing, Mr. Justice? I think not.
Ouch. What about the damage to my pride, Your Honor?
Don't press the wrong button, you fucking idiot.
You were looking for the details button.
Yeah, I was. Which there isn't a details button for that one anyway. That's awkward.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Wasn't he supposed to rise to become the dragon? No, I guess he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to go down.
He was already a dragon. He got turned into a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
So when he came out of his stuffed animal form, he would have been human, not a dragon. I don't know. I mean...
Is this where we're supposed to go for yet? No, probably not.
For what it's worth, that helps to an extent, because that could show that she placed the tape there to, like, obviously for her own reference, not for Mr. Roos's, but...
Yeah. I wish we had Trucy's gloves. Ah, here we go. Let's go with that. Objection. Gotcha.
I'm sorry, Victor Sky, but there's a flaw in your testimony.
I would have gotten that had I not pressed the fucking wrong button on the one.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I still got
really?
it.
The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make any sense that she would leave prints on the tape at that time.
It doesn't.
Please consider the fingerprinting results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on or in it.
That's true. We didn't find any of her prints on that coffin.
I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show.
And always. I don't think I've ever seen her not wear gloves.
But, she took off the gloves to move the tape. Why would she do that, Sandmachine?
Please, this is the entire crux of my argument.
Please, I have nothing else.
I can do shadow clone jutsu.
She must have left the prints sometime before the show started. In other words, her prints do not prove she would move the tape to
Mislead the victim. Oh, well, that was a good time for Discord to die.
really
Nice,
fucking
nice
proves
song
that
remix.
So much of the Discord died.
Yeah. Sandmachine broke it. It's his last attempt.
Prosecution's investigation was insufficient. Obviously.
Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that.
Is it just me or is your mic being extra shit right now? Or is that my headset?
It could be either.
Nah, actually, you're fine now. Well, Prosecutor Sandman, if the defense's argument is true, you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to deceive the victim.
I see. Apparently the defense is more an intelligent person than I had thought. I give up.
I was gonna try to pretend like that was a good piece of evidence, but now I'll talk about my real evidence.
More than a stink bug at any rate.
Come on, you can't bump me off to at least a stag beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course, way better. Stag beetles are cool with those large mandibles of theirs.
If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question.
Alright, shoot.
Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim. The victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide,
But that wouldn't have to be Trucy's fault.
and entered the coffin on the stage.
But that's an accident.
The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. The accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose. Then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed an accident, the defense can argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating circumstances. And the severity of the crime could be mitigated.
Defense, if you believe that the accused did not murder the victim, and you argue that it was an accident.
Okay. So he's willing to accept the fact that it's an accident. However, yeah, obviously, we're gonna say she didn't do it at all.
The defense argues that Mr. Rue's death was murder.
Defense maintains the defendant is entirely innocent.
We also maintain that this game series has literally never had anything but murders, so, you know,
Yeah.
welcome.
We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? Isn't a true culprit is someone else?
That's never
like
happened
every
before.
single case?
It's okay.
Except for like the
They're
one
only
case where the
15
person was
feet
actually
away.
guilty?
Yeah, well, you know. Oh no, the gallery's too strong.
That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds.
Oh, as if you're one to talk.
Your voice is as loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a loud red pepper in your previous life. That's actually funny.
I've been demoted to a vegetable?
Wow. I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant. Isn't that what everyone thinks reincarnation is, though? You get turned into fucking trees and shit?
Well, you can turn into anything. That's the idea of
Yes,
that.
that's true.
At least the, like...
That's like the stereotypical answer, though.
That's like the like, Indian-ish view of reincarnation. There are other views. But
I
anyway.
thought the Indian view of reincarnation was the caste system, except that's also been, like, kind of dropped down a little bit.
I don't know. Anyway. In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim.
Let us hear this reasoning of yours, then.
Alright. Before I give it, there's one question that we need to address. The victim was killed by some third party, and the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin wasn't the cause of death. If that's the case, how did he end up... How did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin?
A very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin? It was magic! It was killed on stage.
Yeah.
It was magic.
What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sandman?
That is the third time.
The third time of what?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Looks like we get this judge's, this prosecutor's assault thing.
Edgeworth is the only one that doesn't assault us. I guess Payne also doesn't. And neither did the regular Von Karma. But we've been whipped. We've been stabbed. We've been rocked on. That was always extra embarrassing when that happened.
Gato throws coffee.
God throws fucking coffee at us like a goddamn animal.
What the heck is this?
It sounds like fakinese. It totally is.
Oh my head! What do you think you're doing?
Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she's struck 3 times. Since you never learn, you needed to be punished.
Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need?
It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. I just want him to make that sign, but then lower it towards his pant leg and be like... And Paul's like, no!
Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon.
A sermon? Now?
There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Koreanism. We make this shit up as we go along.
Absolutely.
That is all it says. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake.
Actually, it won't.
Huh? Yeah, it wouldn't. I'm not sure.
Have you seen
a
that, like,
frog-
that series of that insane big-ass frog eating, like, hundreds upon hundreds of insects and other shit that gets thrown into the tank? It's insane. Just this fat-ass bullfrog eating rats, eating birds. It's a really fucking cool channel.
See, I just wouldn't think that a frog could fit a full snake inside of it. But maybe.
The cornered lawyers unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get that right?
No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within.
That's great.
And in this case, you are that frog, Defense.
What exactly is your point, anyway?
Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do such during the show?
Let's see. The people in the show were...
Bonnie DeFam, the victim Mr. Ruse, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie DeFam was on stage the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now do you see?
Fake out. It does 40 base damage unless I'm a normal type, in which case it does 60 base power damage. You cannot move. Fuck. The accused killed Mr. Ruse as he waited on the standby in the underground passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident.
No!
Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother. Thus another putrid mind has been guided towards enlightenment.
I can't believe I swallowed this trick question whole.
One day we'll sweep through the entire gallery. It drops a full 14 frames during this section. Objection!
And it also contributes towards the
Bitch.
whole.
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Athena, what are you...
There's something I want to point out, Apollo. It actually looks like they don't unload the people in the trial this time. It only looks like that's a problem in Karain.
Maybe. We'll see. It only really started getting noticeable after it panned to them, like, you know,
A bunch of
10 times.
After, like, exterminate, eliminate, lemonade, and all that other shit.
We won't know for sure until it's panned to them quite a few times, but it may never pan to them the same, because Kurain are very vocal gallery, whereas these might not be as.
I don't know, they're pretty fucking insane over here too, apparently.
Okay, yes, but in the courtroom they seem more mild-mannered for now.
And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance. I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same. And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity. I most certainly would. You just argue that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl. Clearly. Surely you don't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send this little child's guardian to come take her home. My mommy's dead! But I'm not done with my sermon.
You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sandmachine, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in the Understates Passage, then his body would have had to have been hauled up the stage, right? However, bitch, Miss Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up there to put into the coffin. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could have done it. What do you think of that, prosecutor? Who's the child? Now. In my religion, the priestesses of Korainism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs, and also the pillars of strength. Have you seen Pearly? Holy fucking Christ. Jesus.
You know, it's been quite a few years. How old is Pearly at this point? Like,
she is older than Trucy.
yeah,
so 18.
Like, yeah.
If we court record, I believe Trucy is 17. Yep, she is 18.
Yeah. Wild. I don't know, was there an adult Pearl? I don't remember seeing that, but maybe.
There is a late teenage Pearl in Dual Destinies.
Okay.
So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective. This is the man who called this fair maiden a little child.
Who's a fair maiden?
I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused Trucy Wright, that is.
He's about to call the bullshit that the, like, little lift thing is used.
Yeah. You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you had to explain how that'd even be possible.
But of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait. You really can't explain it? Dude, Athena's faces are amazing.
Yeah.
I foresaw that our argument would come to this, so I have prepared a witness.
Well, at my readiness, prosecutor.
Is it really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial?
He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out like this, could he?
Pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I step down now?
Yes, I suppose you may.
One moment, Detective Sky.
I'm sorry for, the way I handled all this.
You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable.
It was?
Yes, you served well as a detective and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere once. Very impressive.
Despite the way 4 times you did.
You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. Venus, you'll be rewarded for your fine work.
Oh. Thank you.
I hope we can work together again in the future. I look forward to this back and forth manipulative abuse tactic I'm pulling.
Absolutely.
I'm a resident of Karanism. Nothing but the Holy Mother. Also, you're a bitch.
Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise.
I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Now then, let us call the next witness.
It's Larry Butts, always.
God, I hope. Yo. It's better than Larry Butts.
Even better. Oh.
Did you really need to pan it like that? Like, Jesus Christ.
They absolutely did.
Fucking
They're not
horn
going to
dogs.
give her heels and fucking fishnet stockings and not accentuate that fact.
Witness,
Please state your name and occupation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a lagomorphing illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie LaFawn. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please, witness. There's a time and place for all things, including magic.
But it would be okay if I did just a little magic, right? Come on, please? Look, everybody's waiting. Now's my chance to shine.
That is your second time.
My second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct?
Beep.
Is no one exempt from His Holiness's rosary of suffering?
may we have your tetanus shot, witness, once you recovered from your disappointment.
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her. But I guess I have to, don't I?
Dude,
I'm a huge fan of Trucy's, huh?
this is so funny how we've gone from a whole courtroom of people where it's like, all right, Maya's been accused of murder again. Everyone's just like, fuck her, let's get her. Yeah. Just pound her into the ground. Trucy. No, I don't want to testify against Trucy. No way. I don't want to testify against Trucy. Sorry, I don't want to do this. Testify against Trucy. No way. Even if they're bullshitting, it's really funny.
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy, right? Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks he's all that. This is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
Sure, you're a real fan, alright. Of destroying Trucy, you mean.
The understage passage.
I really can't believe that Trucy killed Mr. Roos. I guess it's possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up if she used the stage lift. Is it possible? Could Trucy really have? If Trucy did use a stage lift, I think she must have used stage lift number 2. I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Literally just straight up. Oh, I'm just literally leading this on so hard. I'm so obviously not defending Trucy at all here. You're on stage the whole time, and you're sure about that?
There is no question. The entire audience could testify to that fact. What's more, she is shown clearly in the TV show footage as well.
I couldn't possibly have killed Mr. Ruse, not little old me.
Therefore, the only person who could have killed the victim on the stage is the accused. Furthermore, by using a stage lift, even a petite young lady could have raised the body up to the stage without difficulty, as long as there was a second person there. Wait, shit. Yeah, I tried to turn that shit and it didn't work. Ignore this. That never happened.
Especially since Bonnie LaFamme as well, where that takes 2 people as well. So, you know. You gotta be kidding me.
Very well, the defense may now cross-examine the witness, and by that I mean just check some of the funny dialogue and then go pick the obvious answer.
I really can't believe that Trucy killed someone.
You said you're a huge fan of Trucy's, isn't that right?
Oh yes, I even became a magician because I wanted to be just like her. The first time I saw her, she was performing at the Wonder Bar. She was only in junior high back then, but she got up on stage with tons of confidence. And then, she proceeded to win my heart with her astonishing tricks and winning smile.
She certainly sounds like she means all that. So finally being able to perform with her must have been quite a treat for you, right?
Oh yes, after all, it was my chance for her to see me. Not just as a fan, but as a fellow magician. There I go.
Bailiff, go retrieve that bunny! We must testify against it! No.
No, that's the key witness!
But then, that horrible accident happened.
It was not an accident, it was murder. Witness, please explain if you would. How a small young woman such as Trucy Wright could have raised the body.
I guess it's possible for small girl lifted the body. Yeah. What makes you think it would be possible? It's not like you tried it out yourself, right?
Well,
Actually, we did try it out for ourselves.
You did.
So you're the one that's lying, you fucking asshole.
Detective Sky, if you would.
oh, I am back on the stand now. That's not how court works. So that's why you made me do that.
Detective Sky, what did he have you do?
The prosecutor asked me to try raising one of the male police officers with the stage lift. But a single word of explanation as to why he was making me do it.
You're kidding.
You tampered with the evidence on the stage.
That's right. He absolutely did that.
It's as if he really can foresee all our counter arguments.
And is totally willing to lose his case because he's not at all performing correctly.
Do not underestimate this humble servant of the Holy Mother. This humble fucking moron.
More like haughty.
Yo, he is a hottie though, that's correct.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that means Trucy could have lifted the dead body back up. Does that mean...
Could Trucy really have what? What?
Is what possible? Could Trucy really have what, Miss DeFom? Please finish your sentence.
Well,
Oh, we're about the witnesser getting whacked in the face.
Yeah. Don't try to beat around the bush. Come right out and say it. Why not tell this court what you really believe?
what I really believe, of course I don't believe Trucy could ever commit murder. Such an amazing and wonderful magician would never do such a thing. But, taking all the facts into account, what else can I think?
I know of at least 3 other unflattering things you really think about Trucy.
How can you attack this girl when she is obviously speaking with reserve? There is such a thing as reading between the lines, Mr. Justice. It's sad how the youth of today lack the ability to do such a basic thing.
Looking at me like that isn't gonna help me stick my foot in my mouth less, Your Honor.
Witness, please describe what the accused might have used to lift the dead body.
All right. Trucy did use stage lift. I think she must have used stage lift number 2.
Alright, so there's 2 things I'm thinking of here. Either Stage Lift 2 isn't the one that was moved, or Stage Lift 1, or the thing about... Is that actually anywhere? Do we have that where it says that it was hard to move the crank?
Maybe somewhere in Trucy's testimony?
Okay. Well, both of them cover the same thing.
Yeah.
We don't actually have the thing that says, hey, by the way, you need 2 people to turn the crank. Or at least more than 1.
Well, Naruto's arguing you don't need to do that because he had Emma do it, and Emma was able to. Alone.
So there's some secret behind it?
I don't
like
know.
Some special way to do it?
But that's what Naruto said. Naruto said that Emma was able to do it alone.
Yeah. Well, actually, he didn't say that she was able to do it alone. Just said that she was able to do it. He didn't
That's
specify
true.
if it was with help. He could just be a lying sack of shit.
Ah, well, you know.
I was on stage for the entire show, by the way.
Yeah, it's... Well, anyway, stage lift number 2 wasn't in position to do that. Stage lift number 2 was not where the,
Yeah, she was too busy doing this shit. Alright, let's try Trucy's statement next.
let's see. Well, we already read this one.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Apollo, whatever the fuck your name is. Present the right piece of evidence. It's arbitrary, we know, but just do it. Ouch. It's okay. Defense attorneys don't have pride in these games.
It's not just that as well. The lift in that position where the X was up. It wasn't in the down position anyway.
Never mind, I guess it wasn't that one.
Oh, okay. I don't even know what they're looking
And
for.
just what part of the testimony is inconsistent with this evidence?
It's funny. I thought I saw an inconsistency a second ago. It disappeared. Like magic. The murder occurred during a magic show, so crazy things like this are bound to happen.
Oh, really? Well, then let's see how magic we think this penalty is.
Things pretty normal to me, Your Honor.
Yeah, I bet it does, you fucking idiot. Alright. Well, then in that case.
But it doesn't currently show it. Like, fundamentally, that lift was lifted at the time. It was not in the down position. But...
I guess he didn't, like, really check any of this other shit, so we might as well press everything to see if there's anything else.
Well, we've pressed all but one of them, but... But yeah. You didn't have a single spare moment to slip down to the understage passage.
Huh? Don't tell me you suck me now.
You suck me.
I'm just trying to do my job by fully examining your alibi. Depending on how solid it is, I might have to suspect you, yes.
You gotta be kidding me. Don't spit on my head and tell me it's raining, lawyer boy. I'm right here in the footage, or are you too much of an idiot to see?
Huh?
Mr. Pham, are you feeling alright? You seem suddenly different.
Oh, Oops, where did that come from, right? Oh my, I seemed to have snapped there for a second, didn't I? Hee.
Bailiff!
You didn't just snap, you broke character just now.
In any case, I was on stage the whole time, performing magic. I mean, you saw me in the footage, right? My dazzling and flawless performance?
I mean, I guess we could show the footage where it just zooms
Well-
in on Trucy for the whole thing.
Well, yeah, the fact of the matter is in the footage, she wasn't on screen for 90% of it. Flawless, that's odd considering what you told me. You said that you made a mistake with where you positioned Mr. Hat.
Mr. Pham, to what is the defense referring?
Well, I made a little mistake on stage. I was in charge of operating Mr. Hat, you see. According to the script, I was supposed to place him to the left of the coffin. But I flubbed it up and I made him stand to the right of the coffin instead.
Because of that mistake, Trucy had to move the stage left ground. Yeah.
I really feel bad about messing Trucy up like that with my goof. Dee.
I wonder if that's really possible for a small girl to lift a dead body up like Bonnie claims.
I guess it's possible with a stage lift. Prosecutor Sabahi also said Trucy was the only one who could have done it under stage. Testimony sure isn't doing our case any justice.
We could consult if we're losers.
Yeah, that's the... I don't even know.
I mean, there's a ladder going up to the coffin. Would that even, like, click in with the stage lift? God, that would be freaking hard with the stage lift. You just, like, crush yourself in the ceiling.
I think the implication... But you need a second person for that. But I was going to say, I think his implication is that somehow Trucy and the dead body were on the lift, and then while the lift was going up, she would have threaded him through the hole. But, like, that's a pain. And while she's trying to... You could possibly lift that lift by yourself.
But the stage lifts were already all the way up.
Yeah.
Let's try
Stage
here.
lift 2 was all the way up.
Try this here?
I mean, we tried it on a different one, but it's the same logic that I was explaining before. It's just which one we put it on.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Not this one.
Hey, you missed that one. No, it is not. No, it is not. Let it go and move on.
Alright. I'll let it go and move on.
But not before you take this penalty with you. And this nice tote bag as well.
I'll move on, but there's no way I'm gonna let it go with Trucy's life on the line.
Oops, I accidentally picked consult. Nothing's really jumping out at me. What do we do in a situation like this?
Like this. Oh, we cheat. That's what.
We press the heck out of the witness. Oh, wow. Honestly, it was really just pressing. I was supposed to press something else. I hate it when the fucking game does this.
But we already pressed. Did we not? I guess we must have missed something.
Sometimes you have to press the same thing multiple times.
Oh.
That's what this is about. They haven't done this yet. Or they didn't do this in Dual Destinies. That's really what this is. I'm pretty annoyed that they brought this stupid mechanic back. Yada 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 yada. Bitch. That's when we go back to the very beginning. Let me see if something changed. Alright, here we go. No, it's something new. Stage lift 2.
I mean, a stage lift shown here on the left.
I think this changed.
That's right. With a stage lift, I think even a small girl could easily lift a dead body up to the stage.
And so that makes her the murderer, in your opinion.
Of course not. I believe in Trucy. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of hers.
Oh, brother. How long is she gonna keep this act up?
Depends what position was stage 2 in after the show.
Let's see. If I recall, it was in the fully raised position. Ah!
Ah! And that reason why it was fully raised is because the accused used it to lift the victim's body, wouldn't you agree? Feel free to slowly mull it over while you roast over the flames of hell, you evil red pepper!
But I'm also evil.
Darn it. I don't see any inconsistencies in her testimony.
I see a bunch, but I'm not allowed to present any of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now do you know who the real killer is? Come on, Gramps, don't just sit there. Hand out your ruling, pronto. Do it quick, before you keel over up there.
I beg your pardon.
Oops. Oh, what's gotten into me? I'm so sorry.
I give her another 5 minutes before she tears off that mask.
At least the game's self-aware. Mere defense. Are you ready to let it all go now? Ugh,
Of course
that's
not.
it.
Never give up.
I can't wait. Urinates a pee stream and then just starts levitating and the whole room becomes a piss river. Just hit him up real good. Starts slamming him into a fucking urinal at 300 miles per hour. That was a great corruption stream.
Yeah.
I see. I suppose this too is fate. The sacred scripture of Karanism describes a variety of hells for the damned. For someone like you who struggles ceaselessly against this fate, Papu Bolchig seems most appropriate. What? Purple bowling? Yeah, purple bowling. That's what we'll go with.
Wait. Oh, wait. That's Coronies.
What sort of terrible place is purple boiling? A place where the more one struggles, the further one falls into the abyss. At the bottom of the abyss, a ferocious beast awaits. Think of it as something akin to an antlion sand pit trap. Ross can't escape the fucking antlion. That's another thing that can't be escaped.
But that's a weird hell, because that's a hell that is very much finite. As in, eventually you struggle so much the beast, gets you, and then that's over.
Maybe it just
How
works
much of a
back
hell?
up to the top.
I don't know. But then, if the beast doesn't kill you, then it doesn't matter. You have nothing to fear in falling down to it.
Eh.
It's not a very good hell, if I'm being honest. It doesn't achieve anything. Either it kills you and it's over, or it puts you back up to the top and you have nothing to fear, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, there's one of those things in my backyard. The hell's in my backyard. No, I was talking about the antlion pit. Wow, Karanism hell is way closer to home than I thought. Now then.
Also, what's his fucking backyard that has a fucking antlion den, by the way?
I don't know. It would appear that the witness's testimony supports the prosecution claims that the defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim on the stage. Good.
How are we supposed to get out of this jam?
Hey, Apollo. If you can't find any contradictions, just cheat.
Yeah, use your stupid bracelet.
Maybe it's time to use analytical psychology.
Oh, here we go.
You mean you're cheating?
You mean it's time to cheat?
I heard some discord in Bonnie's voice while she was testifying.
Wow.
See? Widget's picking up the noise in her heart, too.
That's right. Athena can hear things others can't with her super sensitive hearing. She can cheat.
Super hard. This is honestly one of the most broken ones, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, Apollo's pretty fucking strong. This one is just insane.
Apollo's is he gets to be a living polygraph test, but
Yeah.
Athena's more.
It's only sometimes. It's only for like real severe lies.
Yeah.
Athena's is just like, sorry, you weren't feeling that in the slightest. No thanks.
Hers is a better polygraph test. Hers is the better version of Apollo's. She can hear the emotions of people. Yeah, I think I already read that one anyway. All right, Athena, let's give it a try.
You got it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'm afraid that our witness, Mr. Pham, is suffering under terrible traumatic stress due to this horrible incident. There she is. That's right, bitch. Yes, what with that terrible death on stage, and our beloved Trucy getting arrested, she's under awful strain and shock. In fact, I don't know how much more she can take before she's unfit to testify. Well, that's great, because I'm about to give the verdict. No, you're not. Oh, I guess I'm not then. All right, continue, please.
I'm gonna prove she's not a good witness, and so what?
Postal stress disorder. It's time to go postal.
Hey, that's what a fucking Amazon employee in like shipping
That's exactly
has.
what that is. It's PSD. So a person becomes uncontrollably angry. I think I've read it about somewhere.
Exactly, Amazon.
Yeah,
employee.
that's actually me at Amazon. I'm just like, fucking goddamn it. That's going postal, Your Honor. This is PTSD. Oh my. So that's why the witness acts so hostile all the time, as if she were a different person. Yes, and I think her condition is clouding her memory of the incident. Therefore, I suggest a short therapy session for the witness.
That's a great idea, but we could just end the trial here, because, I mean, again, it doesn't matter anyway.
Huh? Therapy? You don't know the first thing about a magician's mental strength. I risked my life jumping through rings of fire and having my body sawn in half. Oopsie. Boy, I have to watch my temper, don't I? Dee.
Bailiff!
Bailiff, get the fucking bunny again! Put it in her hat, again!
Miss Sykes, please do whatever you can to help this unfortunate young lady. And what exactly is the child planning to do, Mr. Justice?
With her super sensitive hearing, Mrs. Sykes can hear a witness's true emotions.
She can cheat.
Sort of her tone and inflection, she can tell exactly what a person is feeling.
I can even cheat and pick out feelings that a witness tries to suppress or hide. Widget projects the emotions I hear into the mood matrix where I can analyze them. If I describe it all with a bunch of fake, phony words, you won't realize what I'm actually saying is that I can cheat. Sounds like some sort of spurious devilry, though I find it hard to believe, I must ask. What do emotions constitute evidence? How do they? Well, I wouldn't say that emotions can be taken as evidence, per se. I see no instrumental Miss Sykes' work has been in cracking a case. It's literally fucking broken. Therefore, I wholly support giving it a try. I see. If you're all in favor of Your Honor, then I have no objections. Even in this, mere monk can see that something disturbs the witness.
I'll disturb you.
Oh, thank you for understanding, prosecutor salad maker. I'm gonna try and come up with new puns. Apollo, you remember how to conduct a therapy session, right?
You want me to lead this session?
Of course, you're the lead in this case, after all.
Fair enough, but...
I need a refresher.
No need.
I
This is one of the more explainable ones.
think it's still remember from the last time, so let's get right into it.
Okie dokie. You ready, Widget?
Let's do this.
Best thing about this is you get cool imagery. This is still talking to you.
Oh, okay, I guess. Sure.
I guess, Miss...
I guess Trucy is the one who killed Mr. The reason I wasn't reading is it's just her other testimony we already read.
Even she could lift the body with that lift.
Look at Trucy's face. It's awesome.
Her
I love these images. They're so good.
It lets you see like your defendant as if they actually did commit the crime.
I was on stage at the time.
No emotions whatsoever for that.
But that terrible mistake. My stupid fluff caused Trucy so much trouble.
Until that's out about it.
I feel so bad about it.
As she's incredibly happy.
Yeah, so I think, Emily, if you are watching this, you get the idea how this works. In case you haven't watched Dual Destinies, you can technically go through Apollo Justice and you can see the game. I don't think anything for Dual Destinies is super crazy revealed yet. So basically, you go through here, you find the emotion that doesn't make any fucking sense. It basically just like stands out, it juts out, or if they feel a sudden surge of emotion that doesn't make much sense for what they're saying. So for example
funny that
here...
she's completely emotionless on one of those, but
yeah.
But this is obviously the problematic one.
Oops. Well.
Okay, so I look for inconsistency between her testimony and her emotions.
That's right. Like if she says, I was so happy when the sad marker is lit up. Or if the sad marker doesn't react, even though she says she was feeling down. When you find an unexpected emotion, go ahead and pinpoint it.
Okay, I'll give it a
Game explained it for me. Because I forgot how to hit the pinpoint button. There we go. It's happy. I have to say, Mr. Pham. Alright, this is you.
You certainly are a strange one. Even though you said I feel so bad about it, it seems you were feeling happy about it. Dunk.
Ouch.
I think I can guess why you were feeling happy. It's because...
You mess, Trucy. Yeah.
I think you were happy because you messed the defendant up. Aren't I? I'm right, aren't I?
You gotta be kidding me. Why would I be happy I messed Trucy up? I'm a big fan of hers.
Because we saw you.
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand that Trucy Wright. Just because she's a...
By the way, if there's a fourth time she says this, I'm not reading it.
Just because she's a good of magic, she thinks she's all that.
What kind of queen do you want to be, Kuduru? Gosh, I hope you become a kind king, one who doesn't have to do big battles like this. And stop the demon war.
What that sniveling brat deserves.
Yeah.
We saw how you said you hated Trucy, right? How you were glad she was in trouble, and even how it was what she deserved.
Donk.
Ouch.
It looks like I hit the bunny on the head, so to speak. And literally. Yeah, I still need to point out one more. Her
Possibly
emotionless
more,
response.
depending on if she goes into overdrive.
That's true.
Apollo, the noise level dropped. Now if we could get it down to 0%.
Well, Mr. Fum, are you ready to confess how you really feel?
What? What do you mean? I'm Bunny, the sweet, cute little bunny. I'm a rookie magician working hard to be just like my idol, Trucy. That's the character I'm supposed to be.
Keep that up, Mr. Pham, and you're gonna have a mental breakdown, bitch. Just let yourself be who you really are.
Who I really am?
The two sides of you are fighting and gack against each other and doing you psychic harm. I can hear them, two distinct voices battling inside you.
Bile, you know-nothing know-it-all. I mean, you mustn't say things like that, or I might get flustered.
I almost think that she actually isn't faking this persona at this point. She may actually have split personality.
It's possible. It's a little too on the nose, though.
Yeah. Mr. Fum, how would you insist on maintaining this wolf in sheep's clothing act? We can't end this therapy session until you get real with us.
Like, this is not, you know...
It's not...
Like,
It's not as bad as it could be.
If this was like Tourette syndrome and it was like that one... I forget what the word for it is. The one symptom of having Tourette's where you just suddenly blast off into Words you just can't control. I forget what that's called.
Here, it's obviously not Tourette's in that case, because she is obviously happy that she messed her up.
Oh, yeah,
at least,
1000%.
that part of her personality is very much real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if she was truly that personality, she wouldn't have felt sad at any point during that.
No.
Set the wild beast inside you free. Ouch. So I think it could be that she actually does have kind of two things going on, because she wouldn't feel sad, but she wouldn't feel happy, you know.
Don't make me laugh. You don't know a dang thing about me.
Whoa, watch the language there, buddy.
Yo, a dang.
You want to see who I really am? Fine. Take a good look.
I'm gonna banish you to hell.
Are we gonna get a transformation scene? Okay.
Alright, big improvement.
What in the world?
Sheep's clothing. You've got it all wrong. It's a rabbit suit I've got on. And I'm not a wolf. I'm a blood-sucking vampire. A bat with fangs and wings.
Eek! I think we just opened Pandora's box. Why can we never have an... Like, the judge at this point has to be like, I'm done. Why can we never have an open witness? Fuck this. I'm out.
I'm finally done with that goody two-shoes cottontail act. I'm free as a bat.
I like the umbrella. She still has the rabbit tail.
Well, yeah, she's got her bat hair, but she's otherwise a bunny girl.
Defense, your therapy session is taking a turn from the worst to the looks of it.
There's a perfectly good explanation for this, isn't there, Miss Sykes?
Me thinks I created a monster.
We blew it. Hey, you, lobster boy.
Who, me?
You think I'm glad Chusie's in trouble? That she's getting her just desserts? Well, guess what? You're right.
She's just a bat. Can you pick up fruits for me? They're really good, and they build my foraging rank.
Does that mean you admit to wishing?
I guess she's a vampire bat. She's not a fruit bat.
Well, the bat is out of the bag now. The mistake of mine was a work of art. Thanks to my goof, poor little Trucy had to go all to that hard physical labor.
When you say hard physical labor, what are you referring to?
Because in Mr. Hat's new position, Truvy had to move both of those huge stage lifts. They must have been so heavy. What a riot!
She's basically a Dragon Quest boss. Just like the level of villainy is, I made him have to move something heavy.
That's not always the case, though. Some Dragon Quest villains do actual things. Some of them are legitimately stupid, though. Fucking DQ7, I love the guy who just turns them into animals and then animals into people for no fucking reason, just because he felt like it.
What about that first boss in Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 3? What the hell was his thing again?
What did he... I can't
He was
even
like a
this
giant
one.
pig loser, and he was just like...
The guy who... I can't remember what his thing was. I just remember what he did in the boss fight, because he's an idiot.
He was really stupid.
I will protect my subordinates and die in one hit.
Take all of their damage and dies. A boss that protects his subordinates is really fucking funny as a concept. I should do a boss like that in Fire Emblem. That's really
at the
funny.
very least, he said before he was gonna, like, the fight started that, hey, back me up, guys, I'll protect you. He said something to that effect. He meant it. So,
that is really funny, though.
He's a fucking moron, but he held up he kept his word, so. Athena, could you please add that last statement to Bonnie's testimony?
Alright, I'll update the Moon Matrix with their new info. Hey, Apollo? Oh, there's a new inconsistency in the testimony.
Yeah, she kind of slipped up. So what do I need to do now?
Well, from this point onward, you just do what you do best. Find the contradiction in the testimony and present evidence to refute it.
Alright, I've got you now, Bonnie DeFalm.
I guess Tracy's the one who killed Mr. Reyes. Even she could move the body with that lift. I was on stage at the time, but that terrible mistake. You know what? Serves her right. Thanks to that, she's having to move the stage lifts.
Well, if she moved the stage lifts... Yeah.
She never told anyone she had to move the stage lifts in the
Yeah.
test.
Yeah. And we never told her either.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
What? So you think I'm crazy now?
No, that's not the point I was trying to make.
But I don't need you. I don't hear you denying it.
Mr. Fawn, let me repeat your statement. Thanks to that, she ended up having to move the stage lifts.
That's right. And I still say that's what she deserves.
But how did you know? How do you know Miss Wright moved the stage lifts?
Huh?
According to her own statement, she didn't tell anyone she had done so.
Oh, what?
So how could you possibly have done what she had done, unless you saw her? You saw Miss Wright moving the lifts in the understage passage, didn't you? I actually think that there's a point to be made where she could have known about it, because obviously
Oh, nice.
That's a good image. But like obviously, if Trucy came up at a different location and the stage lifts were fucked, like she would have known what the stage lift condition was down there before the show. I don't know, but it's possible she could have surmised that.
Bye-bye. You did it, Apollo. Noise levels are at 0%. But, Mr. Justice, wouldn't that mean...
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Farmer herself was under the stage where the victim was killed. And I hardly need to tell the court what that means.
Yeah.
It went on for a while, Mr. Farm, and one spectacular suspect.
Yeah.
Just gotta load all the audience. Give it a minute.
We'll get
And
through it.
snap back.
Why, you shiny red lobster boy. You're saying I killed Mr. Ruse?
I'm saying that it's a possibility. What's more,
Bam.
I say you had a solid motive to frame my client for the murder as well.
Objection. My apologies for raining on the defense's merry revelry. But you seem to have forgotten one very important point.
We have on video she was up on the stage. No, you don't. Oh, really?
The TV footage. As you can
It's so
clearly
predictable.
see. Mr. Pham was on the stage the whole time.
Have you seen this TV footage?
The entire audience can bear witness to that fact, including you.
Oh, yeah.
You have just taken a long and senseless journey only to return to the starting line. The witness could not have been in the understage passage, which means the only one left who could have killed the victim is the accused. Yes, the party's over.
But Mr. Fum knew something she couldn't have known while she was under the stage. How do you explain that, Prosecutor Sandwich?
Trucy lied. Damn it! Ha, got him.
Damn it.
Guess I am smart sometimes after all. It's quite simple. The accused must have told Mr. Pham about it, but then forgot. Well, I guess that's another way of looking at it. I guess that's the nice way of looking at it. Huh.
Open these useless eyes of yours and take a good look at the footage.
If Mr. Fan really was in the Understage passage, it would mean she was on stage and understage at the same time.
You mean she was two places at once? That does seem to be the only explanation that makes any sense.
Maybe an explanation, but I'm not so sure about the makes sense part.
Knows how to make it make sense. Your Honor, the witness was both on stage and understage at the same time. That is the defense's assertion.
Get the fuck out of my courtroom, you goddamn animal.
So what is
I've
our
heard
assertion?
some illogical things come out here before, but this is absurd.
What are we about to fucking claim? She has a fucking twin sister and they share their fucking thoughts and memories? What the fuck is this?
I'm sure they'll change your tune once you hear my reasoning, Your Honor.
Sure.
My gut tells me you're bluffing, but I'll bite. At least he's honest. The judge has gotten so much more sassy with the later games. Very well, Mr.
That's
Justice.
the developers. That's the developers becoming intimately aware with how much people think the writing's stupid.
How do you explain that the witness was in the two places at once?
Oh wait, actually, she does. Her claim to fame is she teleports, but that seems like they're not going to believe you if you say that, though.
That is her claim to fame. Or was that the other guy's claim to fame?
I think that her thing was teleportation. Yeah. Perform teleportation magic during the show.
Nailed it. Bam!
Let's not forget that Miss Defane's specialty is teleportation magic. With teleportation, she can be in two places at practically the same time. Do you really believe in teleportation, Apollo?
So you believe that teleportation actually exists?
Well, you know what magicians always say about their magic. It's all real. No tricks or gimmicks involved.
Well, I have listened patiently to your reasoning, and the only thing dispelled is the false air of competency you tried to project.
I see what you did there. Good one, Your Honor.
Ho, you might be surprised to hear this, but I used to be known as the jokester judge.
I am not surprised.
It's actually really
at least I
fucking funny.
avoided a penalty with some well-placed brown nosing. Please let me try again, Your Honor. That's funny. I actually thought that that could have been the answer, even though that's absurd.
I already explained it. Yeah, obviously. There could be two Bonnies, or the Bonnie on stage was fake.
Those are the same answer to me, though, in a way.
In a sense.
So, like, the top one, the middle one implies that there's two very real Bonnies, whereas the one underneath it says that there's a real Bonnie and a fake Bonnie.
I don't fucking know. Let's go look at this show footage for a second. Let's see. Does this Bonnie look fake somehow?
Yeah, because, I mean, if we say that it's a fake, then we actually have to back that assertion up. Well, we don't get to... She's gone for the rest of the fucking thing, though. Oh, no, there she is again. Okay.
She's speaking. She has weird movement. It doesn't look like she has a rope attached to her. That's a real Bonnie. There's
only there's the weird
up.
shadow, but I don't know what the fuck that even is. Oh, no, the shadow's just Mr. Hat being pulled up into the rafters,
Yeah.
I think.
But then she just stops existing because obviously the whole thing focuses on Trucy.
Yeah. So if there's a fake now on stage, we wouldn't know because we can't see it.
Look at that strut.
But also, the fake on stage would have had to happen before that anyway, because it could have only been when Trucy wasn't on stage, obviously. Because if she was under stage at the time, then the fake would have had to be on stage when Bonnie wasn't.
Yeah. I'm gonna say there's two Bonnies.
I feel like that's gotta be it, because she's clearly not fake on that stage. There were two Bonnies, Your Honor. If that were the case, it would all make sense, wouldn't it?
There were two of them. I suspected you had a few screws loose, but now I see that some are missing altogether. Is there a toolkit in the courtroom, Your Honor? I suppose 2, no 3 screws to the head should right in this putrid brain. Very well. Bailiff, could you? Sorry, George,
No,
you
wait,
already got me
please
tracking
listen
down
to my
like 3
argument.
rabbits. I'm busy.
It's actually 4 now. This fucking bailiff is real busy.
Was it 4? Oh, jeez. This fucking bailiff. Poor guy.
Poor guy. No, wait. Please listen to my argument.
I guess it's better than the bailiff that had the fucking machine gun. This one's just busy. Very well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to at least give it a listen.
It was argued earlier. Mr. Fum is shown in the footage the whole time. Not really, but pretty much. At the same time, she was also watching Miss Wright in the understage passage. The only possible explanation is that there are 2 Bonnies.
That almost sounds like it makes sense. What do you think, Prosecutor Sandman? Man me a sand. Make it the greatest Sandman, new moon man, or whatever the fuck it is. This humble servant of the Holy Mother is of opinions that we should lose no time in replacing the defense's many lost screws.
The real thing is how we're gonna fucking back it up.
But Apollo, it goes against reality itself to say that one person is actually 2.
We don't have to be bound by reality. After all, we're talking about magic here. So the Bonnie to Fum in the footage is the real Bonnie. And the Bonnie here on the witness stand, the one who must have been on her stage. This Bonnie to Fum is our second Bonnie.
She is?
Say we call the one in front of us Bonnie number 2. I believe we just have the piece of evidence to prove that a Bonnie 2 exists.
No, then please submit your evidence, Mr. Justice. What proves the existence of a Bonnie number 2? I think it's her saying that she is a teleportation genius, I think.
Possibly.
It might be in the Grammari notebook. That'd be awkward. Oh, wait, actually, here we go.
Bonnie's teleportation trick and Trucy's escape trick. That would actually make her teleportation magic make so much sense. If there's 2 Bonnies, then obviously, yeah, there's 2 of them, so teleportation is easy to pull off as a trick.
An unknown's fingerprints were found. Ah! They actually mentioned this, that identical twins have different fingerprints.
Identical twins have different fingerprints, and they would, too.
Yeah. Because it's based on the womb.
Yeah, that is a fact that you can't unlearn once you know it, but it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so how do we go about explaining this?
It might actually be the
script?
fingerprint thing, but I don't...
It has to be the show script first. That's like a jump in logic to go straight for the fingerprints.
I guess.
Actually, maybe it's not.
It might not be, because we're just trying to prove that they exist, meaning that in this case, we know there was another person on stage and we didn't see who they were. That's what that is proving.
I think not yet.
I think it's no, but I don't know.
Maybe,
I feel
but
like
it's a
it
leap
makes
of
sense
logic
right
to
now.
say that the mystery person is Bonnie. Well, all right, let's give it a try. Fine, fuck it. I like this idea too much. What's this? All right, I guess this is it.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Maybe there are
During
multiple
investigation,
answers.
we've found a set of
Sometimes
unknown
that
prints on the
happens.
coffin on the stage. These prints were most likely left during the course of the show. But they didn't match any of the prints of the people involved in this case.
An unknown third party's fingerprints? I was not told of this. It seems like, buddy, evidence is reciprocal. You should actually tell people things and maybe they'll tell you things back.
It honestly, to me, straight up feels like this Naruto guy is perhaps the least competent prosecutor ever. Because he didn't even... Dude, motherfucker didn't have evidence at the start of this case at all. He's bullshitting the entire time. He is the equivalent of a Phoenix Wright as a fucking prosecutor.
I actually genuinely think that Black Quill is one of the most competent, though. That guy is fucking smart.
Yeah, he's smart. What the hell is this guy, though? How is this guy a world-renowned traveling prosecutor? Can't even get evidence.
Edgeworth is better than Francisca. Francisca's still pretty smart, but not like the smartest. Gato is pretty insane.
I don't know if I can.
We'll have to do a tier list on who the smartest one. Naruto is definitely at the fucking bottom. He's a fucking idiot.
I almost The thing is, he's
not
so
worse than Pain.
incompetent.
He's not worse than Pain. Don't say it.
I'm debate.
He's not worse
Pain
than
has
Pain.
evidence, Ross. Pain has evidence.
Listen, he comes from a different courtroom. He doesn't understand. Give him a break. This guy's really dumb.
Yeah, he's used to a fucking courtroom where you don't need evidence. So, I guess.
So by the next trial where we find him, he's going to be insanely overpowered. He's going to be like, all right, I finally learned how to do your court. Now
All right,
here.
I understand now. You actually need evidence? Oh. So the question is, who could these prints possibly belong to?
Bonk.
Donk. Ah, no donk. Sad. Mr. Fum, or should I say, Bonnie number 2. These are your fingerprints, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's also an interesting point because it can imply that one of the twins actually likes
Bonnie.
Trucy and the other one hates her.
Enough of this foolishness. One person could not possibly be two. Those fingerprints could have been left not only during the show, but at any time. It also means we do get a good Bonnie. Sick.
Yeah. It means that we don't...
I actually
we
really
get a
hope
good
they're
one.
both bitches.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny, but I do think that it'd be better if they weren't.
Yeah, but it's not
ultimately
the
for
first
game.
time that we've had a bitchy twin sister and like a nicer one.
I guess. It's not like you to lose your cool like that, Professor Sadman.
Shut up.
And I'm quite sure you know that. Exactly when the fingerprints were made is not the main issue.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Justice?
The issue is who do these unknown prints belong to? They're certainly not Bonnie DeFalms. But what if they belong to the person sitting right in front of us?
Oh, you mean Bonnie number 2 is the second Bonnie? Is that
what
what
we
you're
said.
implying?
Yes,
This
I
one?
said that. Clearly, that is not an implication.
Ugh, it's preposterous to suggest these prints belong to the witness. I say they must belong to some unknown third individual.
Professor Samagamaga. I don't know. Can you really look at her and still say that?
What are you looking at? Take a picture. It'll last longer.
How can this be?
If we check her prints, I'm sure they'll match the unknown set.
Yeah, but what if this is Bonnie number 1 and Bonnie number 2 is a nice one? You're putting a lot of faith into a 50-50 coin flip here, Apollo.
Well, Bonnie, the prints that don't belong to the real you.
I mean, it's not a 50-50. She's obviously freaking the fuck out, so it's clearly not her prints.
Yeah, it's clearly her prints, but yeah. Belong to you, don't they, Bonnie number 2? Key! Imagine being called your name number 2, though.
That's gotta be fucking awkward. Witness, is this what the defense has said true?
Fine, I admit it. The fingerprints are mine.
Then does that mean you aren't Bonnie DeFam? What? Ridiculous. Alright, give us about 30 minutes. We'll be past this, galley. Not the ship, the gallery. Are there really 2 Bonnies?
No, there's only one Bonnie. That's because... I'm Betty. Betty DeFalm.
I wonder what the joke is.
What?
Defame? I guess, like, because she's trying to defame...
I suppose.
I don't know.
But where's the Betty coming in here?
Bonnie and Betty? I think
Well,
that's...
sure, I guess. But, I don't know. Like, Bonnie was clearly a pun on Bunny, but, like...
Alright, note to all
guess.
parents with identical twins, please don't name them the same first letter, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's time for a wondrous magic show. Gasp in amazement as this lagomorphing illusionist performs her teleportation magic. Watch closely, it's showtime.
That's cheating. There's a thing. Nice. Does one of them at least like? True. Nah, I have no fucking idea anymore.
I don't know. They're pretty chummy with each other, so it's kind of hard to tell at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. What an amazing trick! The witness had suddenly split into two people.
It's not a trick. No gimmick to it either. We're simply twins.
What?
Twins.
So that's how the teleportation trick works. Also, her career's ruined.
Yes.
Officially.
Ever since our debut, I've had to hide and pretend I'm Bonnie. All cute and sweet and goody-goody. I can't tell you how stressful it's been.
Oh, look how sad she is.
But I don't have to hide anymore. That's right, our days of sneaking around are finally over.
Their cover is blown, but they actually seem pretty happy about it.
So, which one of you is the nice Bonnie to fan we met in the dressing room?
That would be me.
And the sharp-tongued Bonnie we saw what the ratings were drawn under stage was...
Hey, who are you calling sharp-tongued?
It's all starting to make sense now.
Yep. So, Mr. Justice, this changes the facts of the case rather dramatically, doesn't it?
It certainly does. During a show, it was Bonnie who was on stage the whole time.
And thus, we could have Betty downstage helping her twist the thing. Alright, we're good. We're in there. So that means Trucy really did kill, and Bonnie was the accomplice. Nailed it.
That's an interesting
Nailed it.
situation. I legitimately wonder whether or not Bonnie is in favor of Trucy or not in this case.
We'll find
She
out in
would
about
have
like
been
5
kind
minutes.
of, probably, yeah. Bonnie couldn't have committed the crime, but Betty could have. But Betty, on the other hand, who was understage, did have the opportunity.
Ugh. Please
I mean,
stop
honestly,
panning around.
this just seems like an upside in general, you know? 2 bunny girls for the price of 1.
I wonder if the entire time they appeared, one of them had their bunny ears tilted up and the other one had the one to the slight tilt. Because that's how you can tell the difference now, apart from the obvious bat hair. Well, so now we have 2 suspects. Because see, her ear tilts.
No, but her ear was tilted. Whenever she was being friendly and nice, her ear was tilted.
Okay.
It's only when she's being mean, I think, that her ears pop up. I think. Anyway.
Wait a minute there, lobster boy. I didn't do it. That's right. Betty might have a foul mouth, but she'd never kill anybody. Who's got a foul mouth here?
I'm gonna leave it on this. Look at her face.
You know, it's gonna be, I will say, super disappointing for M, who may not be watching this case because it might have, like, mild spoilers. Super shame for M.
Yeah, this is a big shame. She's missing out quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just really funny seeing Bonnie's facial expressions.
It's good when Bonnie does the little eye tilt. Yeah.
At least they're light. It's not like mean.
Yeah, this is.
It's funny abuse.
Yeah, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh,
Ow.
well, speak up, huh?
Please save your sibling squabbling for later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty, you must have been in the understage passage during the show.
I would love it if it cut to a Polly and you still hear her like butting her in the background.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have known about the stage lifts being moved.
Bam.
So what exactly were you doing down there?
Fine, I'll testify. Anything to get you off my back.
Prosecutor...
Sour mother.
Prosecutor, how I met your mother. Betty DeFam is ready to testify. What do you say? It's just gonna keep getting more and more bastardized.
Betty, you lied to this humble servant of the Holy Mother.
Hey, what else could I do? I couldn't blow our cover and ruin our magic.
I would
act.
cry if she threw her staff up and hit Bonnie.
Jeez, besides, I'm gonna go over to the Twilight Hell or whatever for being a liar. Am I going to?
You indeed. However, it won't be after your death. Rather,
Right now!
I shall give you a taste of your punishment on this mortal coil in interrogation hell.
Eek!
Now then, Betty DeFam, please explain to this court what exactly you were doing under the stage.
It's true. I had business in the Understate Patch because of the upcoming trip.
I think the best part about this is we constantly get to see like Betty actually acting like a character, and then we just have happy Bonnie the statue in the corner over there, just giving like cat face.
Well, she may get she
there
gets
we go.
involved a little.
It was the fire trick, right? I'm the one Mr. Roos was supposed to do?
I'm the one Mr. Ruse was supposed to do.
I mean, maybe
Careful-
she was,
Careful there.
but between the two of them, maybe so.
That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were prepared for it. It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up! You're gonna give it away! Anyway, I was real busy. Yeah, way too busy to have a chance to kill Mr. Roos.
Well, that's certainly different. That was certainly different.
Now, how's that for a flawless testimony and alibi?
Nice.
Nice, getting some ass touching. Woo!
Our magic
Poor
is
Bonnie,
real.
though.
Poor Bonnie. Yeah. Look, she's struggling. Did you have a little? Yeah, there it is.
It's not a trick or a gimmick.
What? I'm satisfied. The game is basically over for me at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is just this is a good image. I think we're good here.
Oh my, she's floating.
Your Honor. You can see she's being held up from below. How many people you think play this game and are like, man, I wish I was Bonnie right now?
I'd be happy being Betty as well. That'd be okay.
Both are fine, honestly. I mean,
Actually, yeah, I wouldn't want to be Betty. I think like my 180 pounds would be a little too much. You were supposed to pretend you didn't see that. It's a little something called etiquette.
What? Can't help it. Whenever I see a contradiction or inconsistency, I just have to point it out.
Now then, the defense may begin its cross-examination. What happened under stage?
It's true. I had business in the Understate Patch because of the upcoming trip.
If you were in the understage passage, which need I remind you, was the crime scene, then you most certainly should be counted as a potential suspect.
But I don't have any motive to kill Mr. Roos.
But you, by your own admission, hate Miss Wright. When she was arrested as a suspect, you said it was what she deserved.
This is why I love Apollo. He actually brings up really good fucking points in his presses.
Yeah, because I seriously believe that what the deal is that Phoenix became a great lawyer, Apollo was a natural-born lawyer.
Yeah.
Say I believe the witness killed a man simply due to a dislike of Trucy Wright. As a motive, is that not improbable at best?
But what if her hatred caused her to bear a strong sense of malice against my client?
Look, Tracy just made me mad, that's all. I mean, even though she's younger than me, she got so much skill and popularity. And she's cute besides. It makes me so mad. I wish she would drop dead.
Not gonna lie, Betty.
Well-
I think you're actually, you know, it's okay. It's okay.
Literally, in a fucking court, that sentence, I wish she would drop dead, is a problem.
Betty, don't talk like that. Shut your trap.
Yeah.
Trap?
Yeah.
Good voice crack
Yeah.
on my part there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, was it just simple jealousy?
Say, Betty, that next trick you were going to get ready for. It was the fire trick, right? The one that Mr. Ruse was supposed to do?
Bonnie, we're trying to get Betty's testimony right now, so
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
you can step down if you'd like.
I'm worried about Betty, though. She can lose her temper and say awful things sometimes. Hey, what are you, my mother? Don't forget, I'm the older sister. You got that? Me? Yes, I got it.
I guess I'd worry about Mount Betty constantly blowing her top if I were Bonnie too.
That's a good line.
So Betty, you were down on our stage getting ready for the fire trick, were you?
That's right. It's a very dangerous trick, so I had to make sure we were all prepared for it.
Oh, how'd you prepare for it, Betty? Please
And you were
please
taking-
elaborate.
And you're taking every necessary precaution, is that right? The fucking fire bucket wasn't even down there.
No, it was, but it was empty. It was fucking
covered
empty.
in dust. Not only was it empty, it was covered in dust. It hadn't been used in like a decade.
Of course, every precaution. After all, it's a very dangerous trick that uses real fire. I mean, we had to be ready in case the curtain caught fire on something, right?
By the time people realized it wasn't part of the act, it might be too late, huh?
If by people you mean Athena Sykes, then yes.
Well, a fire trick. That sounds really impressive.
Your beard would go up in smoke, old man. I bet people would mistake you for a cue ball or something without it.
A cue ball?
Betty, don't be rude to the judge. Betty, you know that fire trick? It was in the script, and I really wanted to see it, but I couldn't because of the accident. Shut up! You're gonna give it away! Anyway, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, well this is the clear one to impress with the fucking fire bucket. Those lines inside of the pail. I hate to break this to you, Betty, but there's a big flaw in your testimony. As big as one in that as big as the one in that floating trick you did earlier.
I didn't even consider it a floating kick trick. I just considered it a good trick.
Yeah, I mean it was an impressive trick for sure. You got to see Betty's legs on full display. That's the other part of it that's great. Anywho.
Ooh, harsh words. Well, let me tell you something, forehead boy. No one has ever figured out how we do our teleportation trick. How?
I guess they didn't know they were twins. That's fine. No one except me, you mean.
Well, we have even better tricks up our sleeves. Huh? We do? I told you to keep it zipped.
Yeah. Well, now, she got booped, not by Betty's stick, though, but it was
I
close.
think that would be funnier, but yeah, that's still pretty funny.
It's still pretty good.
No, don't fight, you two. Mr. Justice, what's the flaw in the testimony?
The script has this to say about the fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make sure the fire bucket is ready. However, we found the fire bucket lying empty backstage, except for a layer of dust.
Ouch.
Ouch.
You didn't even attempt to get ready for the next trick, did you, Betty?
You got me.
Dude, these are fucking great umbrellas, by the way. No matter how much they get knocked back, they go right back to shape.
Pretty much the opposite of any umbrella I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, once an umbrella gets knocked back like that, it's gone. It's
Umbrellas
never
are
useful
the most
again.
unreliable item in your arsenal for literally anything in like your day-to-day travels. Prove me wrong. There's nothing more unreliable. But
Fucking
fam,
light
you will
breeze
explain
grabs
yourself.
them.
There's nothing to explain. Come on, Betty. We can't hide it any longer. We might as well tell them. Shut up! You can barely take care of yourself. Don't try and tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Well, if neither of you will explain, I guess I'll have to. The reason Betty didn't prepare for the fire trick is because she...
Knew the show wouldn't go on.
You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you?
That was really stupid of you. You still should have prepared the fucking fire trick.
Yeah. You knew that the body would be found and the show would be cancelled.
Ah!
Please stop panning out to the audience, please. Please.
We need to show what the gallery has to say. After all, they are an angry mob with guns. It's pretty important we keep track of them, honestly.
Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man. I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. And then? Is that what you want, huh?
I thought she was gonna say, I'm gonna yank your balls, and I was like, well, fuck, man. Whatever, they can grow back.
Your balls can grow back, Apollo? No, they can't.
Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
Yeah. I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
You have been chasing the shadows of an illusory culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away.
Oh, yeah? Well, why can't it be them?
Oh, well, I have no evidence. I just have a feeling.
The karma is with the...
Fuck you.
Exactly. Where's your proof, huh?
And yet I can see that the witness's taste for false words has been proven.
Right back at you, bud.
What the fuck are you talking about, my guy?
I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act, witness.
I think just once, before you can start talking like this, Naruto, you need one piece of evidence that was actually defining and was inconclusive of anything as a starting point. Yeesh.
Deceitful trickery?
This is a very full courtroom. As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something here, Betty.
Court appointed. What?
You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again.
Well, these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You! Lobster boy, cue ball geezer, headcase brat, Cerberus monk.
Yeah, she really fucking laid down the hammer, huh?
Cue ball geezer. Headcase brat, really?
Betty, calm down. Come now. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you.
And how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick?
I told you, we can't reveal our secrets. We're under contract.
Contract? What are you talking about? Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case. I wonder
False swipe.
if there was a contract telling you couldn't say something, if that would be dismissed in a court. I think it would be.
It probably would be. If it's
I think it would
connected
be.
to figure out a murder trial.
Yeah, it would probably be dismissed, at least for the sake of the trial.
If you had a gag order, then that could get withdrawal in a court if it was necessary. That you
well, since we know who's the one responsible for the contract anyway, we know that contract is bullshit regardless and should have been. It's not even a valid contract because it's obviously fake. But
as much as Mr. What's his fuck the Raja loser, as much as he's a cunt and as much as he's stupid for trying to repossess everything, it's like really fucking dumb that he's able to do that. He at least he did his homework on all the people he could pull into contracts and bullshit. So he's clearly a TV exec.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Beginning to see the comic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case.
If only you're gonna make up more bullshit.
Here we go. All right, huh? You got evidence for once?
Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. Is he just going to repeat what we already know? Is that your big grandstand? And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it.
Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found. And that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage.
Thirdly, I conclude that Bonnie is two people. I haven't figured out exactly what she is yet, but I will know. The Holy Mother will tell me. She's Betty. There she is right there. I think that she has a twin sister. Wow, it's really impressive there, Mr. Sandile. But what if Betty knew the show would be called off for some other reason? Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
I was literally just about to say that. Hey, thanks, Sandman. It's cool. We were getting there, motherfucker. I'm glad that you interrupted me, piece of shit.
In the course of my 5-minute investigation.
In the course of my investigation, where I looked at some tape and then left.
I found it strange that the Dragon's Happy Salmon. I think everyone found that strange. You fucking
It's a pretty strange thing, guy.
I don't think it was supposed to fall. I think someone planned that.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the show.
There was a part of me that thought that maybe the dragon was supposed to crush everyone, but actually, no.
This guy borders on pain and competent, alright? Like, genuinely.
That in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion.
I thought it seemed weird.
All seems too perfect for mere happenstance. I think I've come to the conclusion that the body was placed in the coffin from the understage. Wow. This fucking guy's so stupid.
This guy. If this motherfucker is our fucking prosecutor for all the cases in this game, oh boy.
I don't think it is. I think we're gonna get another transfer from this place over to Phoenix to that
Man,
world.
we can only hope at least half the trials aren't with this piece of shit, because his research is so bad that these trials aren't even mysteries. They're blatantly just obvious facts.
It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance.
Of course. Gee, I was saying that. Thanks for interrupting me.
Ouch.
Ouch. Planned out.
After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about tape. I've learned that it's very sticky, and you can buy it in bulk, and it rolls, and you can place it on things. Yeah.
Did you know that it comes in glow-in-the-dark varieties?
No, we didn't, Mr. Okay, about mass media in this country. Okay, sure.
I've read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines.
There goes the Discord shitting out. The game couldn't handle it anymore. It just gave up.
Dude, it was sick of Naruto shit.
We also learned where he actually got his information from. He is actually talking about it right now.
Ah, yo, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, watch this. See? Ah, shit, we skipped it. Oops.
Oh man, I'll never know.
Yeah. I scrupulously studied everything I could about mass media. I've read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines. I got a lot from the tabloid magazines.
Oh, so that's his
Aliens
evidence,
are
huh?
to blame for this one. A very industrious view.
Unbelievable to me that a prosecutor in a Phoenix Wright, I guess it's not that weird, but a prosecutor is literally citing tabloids as his source of evidence.
During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera prank. Wait.
Am I on a hidden camera prank show? Is that what this is? What are you surprised about?
Eddie and Bonnie, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed of this plan. By Take-Two TV in advance, correct? Actually, that does make
he's
sense.
helping us. He's literally helping us. He's
Okay.
He's not even...
That actually does make sense. All right. There's something that's a little bit smarter. I'll give him that much. That actually makes a lot of fucking sense.
It does. But I half feel like this is just... I don't feel he's smart. I think he looked into this one.
Maybe a little bit. But it does make sense. So
Sure.
it's a camera
He's
prank
Phoenix
show.
writing this.
Yeah. He is absolutely Phoenix writing this. Which is really funny to watch from the prosecution.
Is that true?
Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore.
Dang it.
Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan. It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance.
Just a prank, bro.
Mr. Roos showing up dead in the coffin? The set piece falling down?
It was all a ruse.
It was all completely scripted.
But he actually died, is the problem.
Yeah. It was all.
Oh, prank, bro! But Bonnie, is this really true?
Yes, Mr. Roos was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go.
Oh, and that's
He was
why
in
they were filming
too.
her, because they wanted to get her reaction.
Mmm.
That's
There you
fucked
go.
up. That's not even funny. That's just horrible. God, fuck
Yeah.
prank shows, dude.
Oof. Literally the only prank show that I, am kind of okay with is Impractical Jokers, but that's because the joke isn't on the public, it's on them. The joke is on themselves.
Sometimes it's on the public just a wee bit. I mean, there's
But not-
shit like where they stop traffic with their little miniature car and be like, sorry, I have to go collect my miniature car.
Yeah. But it doesn't really hurt people.
It's
much.
not too
It's
bad.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Impractical Jokers is like funny for like 2 episodes, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done with this.
Yeah, I only liked the occasional clip. I couldn't actually watch a full episode. It's not worthwhile.
Starts to get too
but-
cringe.
Anyway,
That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin, and then the set piece would fall down. Tracy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went.
what?
The heck kind of prank is that? But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that was different from the script. Poor Mr. Roos.
I'm so completely lost right now.
So he set her up in a contract that if it couldn't that is some fucking snake oil bullshit right there. Set Trucy up in a contract so that if the show didn't go on, she'd have to like pay a shitload of money, ruin her business. Set these two up
Yeah.
so they couldn't say anything, otherwise they'll lose a shitload of money, probably. But also pay them in order to incentivize them to actually go into it. Probably paid Trucy to incentivize her to go into it. Like, no matter
Also,
what
imagine-
happens, he wins. The only
Also-
way we make this motherfucker lose is if he did it.
Also, imagine, like, Being the guy who makes a contract to make Sony pay $3 million that the show didn't go on, and then scripting it so that it's impossible for the show to go on.
That's exactly what he did. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
like
100%
imagine
what he did.
that's what he did. Imagine the level of scum you have to be to do that.
Imagine though if the show had go on, then he could have like screwed over the other two.
Yeah, then obviously the other two. Then he was like, "Well, how did it go on?"
Again,
You must
it
have
is.
told
This
her.
is a snake oil classic script right here.
Yeah.
This is some filthy bullshit.
Mr. Retton's had quite the fucking plan.
It certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
All right. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once, we'll share how it was done with you. So listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
Bailiff!
It's a bat.
I have to get a bat now. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Also, there's another rabbit. No.
5 rabbits and a bat now. Bailiff. Oof.
5
After a
little
teleportation
rabbits
trip-
and a bat to catch off the ceiling. Help me.
Why couldn't I be the bailiff with a machine gun?
That would certainly help you get the fucking bat off.
Sure would.
After our teleportation trick, I went down under stage. When Mr. Roos's body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right, I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece. And made it fall down.
What if this like crushed Trucy?
It's just a prank, bro.
Good lord.
And just
Nothing
before the
about this was
dragon
okay.
I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt.
Okay, well, they at least planned that part.
After that, the plans for Mr. Roos to come back to life in front of the panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up away. That's how it was scripted anyway. But for some reason, he really did turn up dead. So he kind of just stayed on the ground.
What kind of sick joke is that? It's
It
not
sounds
really
like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do our magic show.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Whatever. It was all the ratings for Jaws ideal anyway.
Yeah, it sounds just like the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with.
Also, I gotta think about the conversation they had under stage. Maybe neither of these ones, like, were even involved in the murder necessarily outright. I'm trying to think, like, if what Betty said to him actually incriminated her in this case.
Not particularly.
Not really. I don't think she was even a conspirator on this. I mean, she was an accidental conspirator.
She wanted her to be embarrassed and shamed off the stage
Yeah.
with a prank. That's what she wanted because she hated her. Because she
Yeah.
she speaks before she thinks.
Yeah. Anyway.
This is the prank plan script we got from the ratings for Jaw.
So really neither of these is evil. One's just a bit of a
Bitch.
mean-spirited individual.
Dang it, you made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid.
But where does all this leave us? Who killed the victim and when? Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Roos was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as part of the prank, then when he was under stage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also under stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. Why?
Because, well, yeah, Nar Hyodo over here, motherfucker, is saying that, like, Mr. Roos was obviously alive when he was under stage, therefore Betty could not have killed him.
This is
But
so
then that-
fucking stupid.
So he's just trying to force your hand to say that he died in the coffin. In which case, only Trucy could have done it.
Witness, was the victim alive until he entered the coffin?
Oh, well, now that we've spilled the beans, I might as well show you this video.
There was understage shit too. Greetings, viewers! It is I, the great Mr. Ruse. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with a rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, ho-ho, I will be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face then? I can hardly wait.
He's about to hide in the coffin?
Nailed it. It would seem the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth.
But even in this case, it still would only lead us back to, if this was true, it would still be involuntary manslaughter again. We're not to homicide still.
The victim passed through the understage where Betty DeFame was. They came up into the backstage area. Well, what it could mean, though, is that Trucy could have pulled the sword, placed the rubber one back there, pulled out the real sword when she was in the understage. So technically, it could still be murder. It would be frickin' impossible, but it could still technically. If you're as stupid as Naruto Salami, then yes, you could possibly consider it possible.
I don't think... Yeah, it's a fucking Ace Attorney game. Obviously, the prosecution's always right unless you fuck them over, but...
We know this because Mr. Ruse appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw.
It appears that way, yes.
In defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Ruse entered the coffin. So he says. It could have been a lie. Could have been filmed on a live studio set. Oh, so does that mean? Yes, it is horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play right out there on the stage. Went into the coffin where Mr. Ruse was hiding. Trucy Wright thrust her blade.
See? Told you so.
So you're saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank? It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank? What? Well,
she couldn't have. Otherwise, the prank wouldn't work. Right?
What if she signed the
They would've
contract?
fucking... Oh, what if in the contract it's somehow mentioned the prank somewhere in there?
Oh, that's so
But she
fucking
didn't see it in the
stupid.
contract because it was a different contract.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen though. Tell him, Trucy, you didn't know anything about it, right?
Unless that was part of the contract that she did sign. No, she didn't. Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it. Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of forged evidence.
Why didn't you use this evidence sooner?
It looks like the prosecution is literally cheating the trial for no reason.
Why did you wait this long to present actual critical evidence?
Because he's, one, completely stupid, and two, probably forgot how to present evidence. We had to present like 5 pieces of evidence before he's like, maybe I should try that. That's right. Oh, here it is.
Can you imagine a fucking I mean, you can because you've just seen it. A fucking Ace Attorney prosecutor waiting this long to present their first piece of actual evidence.
So even Mr. Payne has presented at least 3 or 4 pieces of evidence by this point.
Yeesh.
Good God almighty, he's so fucking stupid.
That's...
I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now.
What's this? What kind of bullshit?
Can we
really?
compare the signature and the fact that it's the exact same signature on all three of them? Not any slight variance?
Also, why would anybody
Sign
do
their
a note
name on
way?
this bullshit.
Why? Why the fuck? Hold on a fucking minute. Why would I make
Bonnie,
a fucking
get the video
Microsoft-
camera after Mr. Roos comes tumbling out.
Why am I
Sign
making-
Trucy, right? This
Why
guy's
the
a
fuck-
fucking idiot!
Why the fuck am I making a fucking Microsoft Word document, printing it, and then signing it for some reason?
Bonnie, I stabbed the ever-living fuck out of Mr. Roos. Love Trucy, right?
What fucking maniac looks at this and thinks this is a real note that someone made?
Zuper, you don't understand. This guy comes from a different culture. He's not familiar with the culture.
What fucking deranged lunatic makes a fucking Microsoft Word document note, prints it, and then signs it for some reason?
Bonnie. Fuck you. Trucy Wright signature. Let's see. It says get the video camera after Mr. Roos comes tumbling out. It is a note signed by the accused.
Why is it
Such a
signed?
Bonnie to claim Mr. Roos's video camera from him, it seems. Why did she sign it?
Why would anybody sign that?
What's-
Why was her name even on it?
Even-
It could have just been on the fucking table.
Like, it could have just been like, Trucy, with like a heart. Not her full-on, what she'd sign on a check signature. Can you imagine if I was just like, hey guys, I'm gonna be getting on at 9. See you then, Ross Fowler.
In like fucking fancy cursive. You need to do that now sometime.
Hey,
With a
Zuper,
meme.
can you hand me a large egg? I need to add it to the community center. Ross Fowler.
In full capital cursive letters.
Emily, I really like that Dark Deity video. Ross Fowler.
Unbelievable.
My head hurts from this. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. At least someone makes sense. Thanks, Athena.
I'll give this trial some credit. I was sleepy at the start. It's gotten so stupid that it's woken me up. I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized Trucy knew about the prank. It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much. I don't know why it has her signature, though. Why would... What?
Literally, all we have to fucking do is present Trucy's contract, as well as the contract we got from this, as well as this, and just be like, look, idiots, it's the exact same signature on all three of them. It's so freaking obvious that she signed all three at once. Why would she do that?
Also, it's funny that she signed 1 in pen and 2 in pencil.
And which ones are the ones she signed in pens? Oh, of course, the ones in the Criminator. What about the one that makes her have to pay $3 million if the show doesn't go on to a fucking... Why would she take the contract?
And by the way, contract with the $3 million penalty? No lawyer present for it.
Was he
Actually, I guess you
expecting
were
us
there,
not to find that He handed it to us. What is he doing?
It's fucking unbelievable. Why is the trial still ongoing? We could prove it right now.
Dude, I wish this was the trial where the bomb went off in the court. Let's just erase everyone from existence because of this trial. Just completely wipe it off the map. No one deserves to live.
Why is this trial still ongoing? It's unbelievable.
I think this is a prank show. This has to be a prank show of the courtroom. I think the judge is in on it too. I think everyone's in on it. It's all just a freaking prank. Sorry, Phoenix. Your daughter actually wasn't kidnapped. We were pranking you. Have fun.
I'll say this.
meeting Maya.
I'll give it some credit. This may be one of the funniest trials in any Phoenix Wright game. This may be the most pointless trial, though.
It's all a ruse. It's all a trick.
None of this matters. It's all so stupid. We could have proven her innocence before the trial even started.
It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright? Of course not! And I didn't write or sign that note! Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit. Has everyone in the year 2023, or whenever the fuck this takes place, just forgotten about graphite paper? Clearly someone didn't forget. Athena hasn't forgotten.
Did you ever go to school? Like, fucking A.
Have you ever signed a bunch of documents all at once? I've done this for my tax returns. I've done this for doctor shit. I've done this for job-related resume bullshit and all that other crap. I have done this for several things.
I've done it for like a lot of official things, but even as young as field trip documents, we're using this technology. It's not even a fucking hidden secret strategy. It's well known.
And again, the reason it's in graphite is so it's easier. It's not meant to be legally binding. No one's going to sue you over signing it. It's just something where they go, all right, well, we have this in signature, so we know that you're like,
Also, blatantly, if any contract can be erased with a fucking pencil eraser, it's really not legally binding at that point.
At least not to the point where it's $3 million and also, like, incriminating her of murder. Like, maybe you could do it for something like, oh, you definitely signed this because you signed this multiple pages, and like, the thing that it would cause is, like, I don't know, a light slap on the wrist and maybe $1,000 fine. This is $3 million life-defining dollars and a murder charge. I think we can call that into scrutiny now. Please stop slapping your beads on the table like it means anything. Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not? Yes! Yes!
Easily! What madman signs a fucking Microsoft Word document?
I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Ruse. You have to believe me. I think I see the karmic threads of this trial.
Ay.
Tina's so fucking done with the shit. She knows about graphite. She's like, why are you idiots even continuing this trial? This trial hurts.
The silence is deafening. It sure is. One of the most flawed logic, pointless fucking trials. Probably the most pointless trial in fucking Ace Attorney history.
I don't know.
Like,
I think the very first trial, the very first game was pretty fucking stupid. Obviously it wasn't Larry Butts, come on. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you've spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate. No, I didn't do it. I knew it! That sweet-looking girl, a murderer.
You took all of us in with that act of hers.
I told you! I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start!
But I didn't do it. I really didn't. Why doesn't anyone believe me?
You didn't believe me?
Shut up, you killer!
We won't fall for that anymore.
When has the gallery gotten so fucking bloodthirsty here as well?
This is bad.
Shakazi.
At least he got them to shut the fuck up.
Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling and let us offer the victim's soul the last right it deserves. Very well, whatever. The prosecution said end it, so I guess that means I gotta end it.
It's my obligation at this point, even though nothing of this
This court
makes
hereby
sense.
finds the defendant Trucy Wright.
Why is anybody surprised about this? The defense has an objective. Many, actually.
1,000, as a matter of fact. Can I object to, like, the lives of everyone in this court with this nice, handy-dandy little bomb I have right here?
Oh.
Apollo! You, even now, you would.
I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all her faith in me. I need to amp myself up to say the most obvious, basic...
Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you passed the idiot test. Congratulations, you're not an idiot. Means that you have evidence with which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct?
Much
Yes,
evidence.
Your Honor. As a matter of fact, I will
Yes,
present them in
plenty.
the order that's required, but I will say first because I don't know.
I'll present them in the order they're required, but I could present any of my fucking 8 different
I could present my
options here.
attorney's badge and say, this idiot isn't an attorney. Can we kick him out?
Yeesh.
Do we really have anything, Apollo?
Yes!
I mean, I guess he's not an attorney, he's a prosecutor, but shut up. Shh.
Actually, we do. As a matter of fact,
There's one piece of evidence we can present right here.
there's one piece of evidence we can present.
Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed.
As we saw in the show footage. There's no question that the defendant thrust a sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show, filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see at face value.
So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved?
Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death.
No.
Also, but on a complete side note, absolutely, they would know that the sword that she used wasn't the cause of death. Like, that would be... They would have been able to analyze the wound. They would have known the sword in her hand was not the cause of death. But anyway. Now, what was it that Trucy told me? She said just for sure... Just really...
That's sword into the coffin. Very well, let's see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. Remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. You'll be severely penalized if I find you're bluffing. Nurk. That's fine, Your Honor.
Trust me, I'm quite confident. It shows that it's possible the sword Miss Wright was the cause of death. Probably the fucking sword bucket.
Yeah, contains the rubber sword that she says she swapped for the trick. What's this, a sword from the show? Damn right.
That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for the rubber sword. She told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did.
I see, so the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then, why was a steel sword found lying on the stage?
Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell, and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword with the steel one, which is something we noticed the fucking very first time we saw the dragon fall. We were like, oh, they swapped the sword right then.
Do you not know when to give up, stink bug? That is not possible. Why? Because
Why
I
is that
object to the
impossible?
comic logic of it. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. That is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one.
Well, there's already blood. There's so much wrong with that. But that blood could be the result of somebody tampering with the crime scene after the fact. After the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater,
Damn.
there was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood there.
If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed? Given that Mr. Ruse was alive when he entered the coffin.
Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial.
Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. To answer the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue.
I don't think we need to do that. We saw on film her swinging that sword around with the greatest of ease. If it was a steel fucking sword, with her body composition, she couldn't swing it like that. Just blatantly. Not possible.
Very rarely gone.
Yes, I saved it. Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still.
Now, if it was Pearly, oh boy, she'd be like Ike. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to just stop existing. Stop breathing.
I advise both of you to fucking just give up on this trial. It was pointless. There was no reason to do it to begin with.
April 28th, District Court Defendant Lobby. Number 3. Whew. That was hairy.
Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of my teeth.
I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor either. No, with the way he says let it go and move on as if it's nothing.
Let it go and move on, huh?
Oh boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something?
Yeah. There he is.
Had a guess.
Tony Stark himself. He literally just looks like that.
Got their next
Tony
evil
Stark.
scheme in the works already?
What do you want? A blatant, obvious murderer.
Keep making that face, champ, and everyone's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera.
I think what's unbelievable to me is the fact that no one in this room even suspects Mr. Rettins right now.
No, Apollo did at the one point. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't this what the Grimoire Creed tells you to do? How's it feel, Trucy? Everyone online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Troop Grimoire? Go away, you creep! Oh, what's this? Something just charged into the frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited in the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? No, please. I have so much on my hands already.
I got 5 references and I'm back. You do not add a fucking TV station CEO to the matter.
Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me.
Huh? What happened to the camera?
Just disappeared right before our very eyes. Wow, he's a magician,
I
too.
think that's called a
Ooh.
jump cut.
Yeah.
I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery.
Oh, he was in the gallery, huh? Oh.
I'll put a call for Trucy's fans to come and support her earlier, by the way. That'll get some real great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. So here's the reason that the audience is stacked. Bullshit, obviously.
He called in some of Trucy's fans, but for what purpose?
Apollo? That thing Mr. Retinas just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand.
Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that? Okay, he was somehow connected to the troop in
I
the
don't
past.
know, but he definitely has some serious
Wait.
magic skills.
Wasn't there like a guy in the fucking like image that we didn't know who the fuck it was?
No.
No, okay.
All of them
Never
are...
mind.
I know all of them.
Okay. I thought for a second, like, they did not mention one of them, but it was the one that's clearly dressed like Trucy.
Wait
They
a
never
minute.
talked about her, but
Wait
she's
a,
officially
wait
in
a
there.
fucking minute.
Oh my... Is it? No. It couldn't be, though.
He looks exactly the same.
Wait, yeah, he didn't age.
He
This is
was
an old photo.
17 here? He looks
How old is he supposed to be
exactly
now?
the same.
30? 13 years and he looks the same?
I don't know about you. I think he's Mr. Roos. I can see it. That's the big ruse.
Yeah, that's the original Mr. Ruse. And this is just an actor.
He killed some random dude. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so scummy.
He's the original. Oh, baby.
That's a good twist. I'll give him that.
Okay.
I don't know if
That
that's
works.
true or not, but I'm pretty confident on that one now. 80%, honestly.
That makes a lot of sense. Why else would he have sleight of hand? Why would he hate magicians? It all comes together. Why does he hate Trucy? He hates the Troupe Grimare. He has a vengeance against them. It all stacks up.
His real name is Man of Mystery. Man of Mystery.
'Cause you
Man
gotta
of
think, like-
Mystery. I mean, that part is really stupid.
Yeah, he just straight up hired some guy to have him killed for fun, essentially.
Pretty much.
To get his revenge on Trucy so he could get rid of the Troupe Grimare altogether.
Yeah,
'Cause
and then he killed this random dude.
Yeah.
So who
just
knows
killed
who this
dude.
guy is? That part doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is just
Unless
some
this guy's
guy.
name is Man of Mystery, and then this is just who Mr. Ruse was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I literally don't think it couldn't be that at this point. Like, that makes
Too much sense. His age makes a lot more sense, too.
Yeah.
He's younger than the other ones, but he looks younger than the other ones in this photo, too.
Yeah.
I like that.
No way. I thought he said magicians were a bunch of all good for a bunch of all good, I don't know, whatever.
Mr. Wire?
I think that's.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Bonnie.
Oh, hello, Bonnie. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see...
Hey, dummy! What are you whispering about the lobster boy?
Betty...
Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy?
You
Ow.
want a piece of
Ow.
this?
Ow.
You know you have
Ow.
to talk to
Ow.
me before you do or say anything,
Ow.
you harebrain. Hey,
Ow.
but,
Ow.
but I... Shut your mouth, you dumb
Ow.
bunny. Come with me, now.
I wonder what was bothering her.
She must have a vendetta. I don't know. Maybe Betty didn't initially, but then she went along with it. She might be an accomplice. I don't know. I think Bonnie's innocent, at least.
I'm pretty
Betty.
sure Bonnie had nothing to do with any of this.
I mean, she signed the prank contract.
Okay,
Because
but
her
that's
sister
not...
forced her to, probably.
Probably. And then, like...
But the murder part, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, they
Betty
were
has something to
still-
do with that. Maybe. I don't know.
I do think Betty hates Trucy, but I don't think she was going as far as to try to pin her on murder, at least on purpose.
I wonder what was bothering her.
There's no way we're finding out with that Betty constantly hovering over her like that.
Court is about to reconvene.
Court is about to reconvene.
I
got
okay.
him.
Okay, I got him. All 5 bunnies, and even the bat.
Get off of me! Oh, wait, no, that's just Betty. Sorry, I'll be back.
Will you be alright testifying?
Yeah, it's just... I wonder if Mr. Rez, that loser has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I know what he has up his sleeve, though, too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. You're Trucy Wright, and you'll be fine.
Oh. There goes Apollo with his best trick. His only trick.
The yelling fine. That's right. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine.
Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Juicy Wright and I'm fine. Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
That's you.
That a girl. Keep it up. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great. I have a speech impediment.
Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this.
All right, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial.
All right. Well, I think
Well, funny,
that's a good place to end
yeah,
it.
we can probably save it here.
Oh boy, what a madhouse.
Boy, I fucking feel like we have to recommend and watch this episode. The problem is next episode you can't watch because it's gonna go into Troop Grimare shit.
It's a shame. Like, we have to give her, like, some sort of summary based on what happened before this, because there was too much funny shit in here.
Because, like, it barely went into the Troop Grimare in the last episode, though. I think she would have been fine to watch that episode, honestly.
There's some stuff, though. There's some pretty big stuff.
I don't know. But this one was too funny, and it didn't even go into any of that shit this time.
Let's just ask her to play through the entirety of Apollo Justice and, like,
You didn't need to go through the whole thing. Actually, you do need to go, like, a bit into it. The Grimare trial isn't, like, the first one or anything.
It's the very last one, actually, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it's the last one. Yeah. It's kind of annoying. I mean, it's a good game. You can easily get through it pretty quickly. It's short, too.
Yes.
But
even the final trial isn't that long, actually. It takes a while, but it's not the longest.
I really do remember Apollo Justice being, like, the shortest game I played, too.
It's only 4 trials. It's just that the 4th trial is really, really, really big. But it's not like Trials and Tribulations big. That shit was Justice for All big. 4th trial and Justice for All is enormous.
Well, this even feels like a pretty long second trial, if only because of the 4-hour fucking investigation. But
yeah. In any case, that's where we're gonna end it off there. This is a funny case. I quite like it, even though I hate it at the same time.
I like the case for the comedy elements. I hate it because it's just an awful, shitty trial.
It is a shit can of a trial, but the twist is good. If that is the true twist, that's a good twist.
Yeah, it all adds up. I can't see that not being the twist at this point.
I really hope this guy gets smarter, because he's a fucking idiot.
Dude, if he is our fucking prosecutor for, like, the entire game, I don't know what Phoenix's end is, but at least on Apollo's side, we're gonna have to deal with him. This fucking moron needs to step his game up. Because I can't take a trial seriously with this guy as the prosecutor.
I miss Blackwell. Blackwell is probably my favorite prosecutor. I love that guy. He's so awesome.
Blackwell is threatening and cool.
He
feels like a fucking...
He's not cool. He's so fucking lame, but I love him.
Okay. Cool in the sense of, like... a cool prosecutor in the sense of a fun prosecutor.
He just keeps going into random tangential stories like, you're just like this guy I met in prison. I love Blackwell so much.
I actually fucking entirely forgot that part of fucking Blackwell. It's like...
Yeah, you remind me of this monk I met in prison who I taught the sacred law of, like, prosecuting to. Just like, what the fuck are you talking about, Blackwell, you insane madman? Anyway. And doesn't hold a candle to Javier. Javier is just pretty cool. He's not the most competent, Javier, but he's funny. He has a good personality, and he makes the courtroom fun.
Yeah. I just like Apollo Justice a lot because Apollo's a great character. Fucking, like, his prosecutor's great character.
You get Emma eating snackoos constantly upset. There's no stopping Emma being upset. All right.
Even her snackooing here is like, you know,
it's pretty.
She's
funny.
still, yeah.
But it was all the time in Apollo Justice. You couldn't stop her.
Yeah. But we need to find a way to let Emma watch at least this episode because it was fucking great.
All right, Zuper, go watch the entirety of the first episode and tell her where she can skip. No. There's actually only like 1 or 2 scenes.
I actually don't know what specific scenes are the concern because I'm like actually blanking. I think I'm stupid. I don't remember anything that was a major spoiler. From
honestly, I might just go look myself. I might do that right now. That sounds like something to do.
Yeah.
In any case, I think that's the session. Bye-bye, everybody. Yeah. And remember, Naruto Sandman. I couldn't come up with a funny pun for his name. Get better. Drink some milk. Have a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
Okay. Fucking please step up to fucking Payne's level, please.
Bye.